And we are back with a brand new edition. I'm normal, bitch. I'm normal. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, what's up, Tamara? How are you, sister? In case you are new here, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jen. I am obviously your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption and everything else in your life to work in your favor, because that's what it's about. It's not about following spiritual laws when you can leverage, okay? And I'm good at it. So I'm here to help you be good at it. I manifested my SP back from no contact to fully living with me in a matter of 4 weeks. I'm here to help you do the same. I already know that sounds good to you, so click that follow button, subscribe button, wherever you're watching from. If you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get your shit right, all links are in my bio. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. And if you ever miss a live, I always upload them on the tube of the U. So again, link is in the bio. If you, while you're there, subscribe. What's up, Monica girlfriend? Subscribe. Watch them, they're long as fuck. Also, we have a little contest. Obviously, it only applies to TikTok, not YouTube. Or if you're watching from YouTube, link is in the description. Okay. But we have a contest here on the TikTok every single day. So anyone who shares this live, reposts this live, or yeah, that's it, is entered to win some prizes. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about a couple things today. Okay. But I want to direct your attention real quick. What up, Brittany? To a client of mine who literally I've been working with for maybe a week and a half. Yeah. It's like literally been a week and a half. And I hope, what's up, Japina? Hey, Gabrielle. I hope that what's up, Elena, girlfriend? I hope you're doing what I say, Elena. So I want you to understand, I've been working with her for a week and a half. She has me manifesting for her, but she's also honing into her power. Okay. She got contacts same fucking day from her SP. They are consistently hanging out. Okay. They're now going, she, when I was on a call with her today, what's up, best creator? I'm talking to you today, ain't I don't know. Yes, I do. I have a bunch of coaching calls today. But anyway, I was talking to her this morning and she was packing because they're going on a weekend getaway. Okay. Her parents were not in support of her relationship. I just want you to know how much things change in a week and a half. Her parents were not supportive of her relationship with her SP, but have completely turned around and are like, if you need help getting down there, like, I hope you have a great trip, all this stuff, when they were completely not supportive before. Okay. She also, his uncle had moved down. Yeah. Yeah. It's Courtney. She also was not really thrilled about the uncle living with her boyfriend because he monopolizes time. So she changed in her mind, and guess her boyfriend calls and says, I'm tired of him. He's going back to Canada. Do you see how easy things change in a week and a half? All of that glorious stuff. Okay? Because she's honed in on her power. Okay. It's for her now, manifestation is not a job. It's fun for her, right? Where just the way she talks, where she's like, oh, we'll change that too. Yeah. This, that, and the third, right? It's the thanks, Just thank you, girlfriend. It's the certainty. It's the assurity that shows up quickly because she says things like, not with question. She doesn't question shit. Okay. She's just like, Like she said today, she goes, the best thing for her has been to not verbalize, to internalize, right? That's the most important and powerful thing that she's learned in this process, because you can get them to do whatever the fuck you want without verbalizing shit. I don't need to verbalize anything. You know what I mean? So let that inspire you. to understand that when you just throw things out there and you're just like, yeah, this is what my shit is. Oh, I don't like this too. And a lot of those things she didn't say. We kind of joked and I said, thanks, Cece. I'm blending two colors, bitch. But those two things that she said, she didn't, we laughed because I said, my coaching sessions should be, what? Snaps for Sarah. Oh, and snaps for Courtney too, of course. I love that for you, Sarah. Let me take a little screenshot of that before it goes away. But you have to understand, we joked and I said, my coaching session should just be like a minor little therapy session where you just throw some things out there that you want and then just don't think about it again. What if Lisa with the butterfly? Because I've had multiple clients say something on a coaching call with me, not think about it again because we were just talking, and then boom, shows up. And I was like, you said that on the call, okay? So things like that is where not everything has to be an inner conversation 24/7. It doesn't have to be that way. You can literally throw something out there and keep that shit pushing. And then boom, shows up. Boom, shows up again. I had my bestie, I was talking, we were texting last night and she's like, well, since she's awake, I'm going to just fucking call her. And so we were talking last night about things and she literally said word for word verbatim an affirmation I had been saying. And so I told her, I was like, that's great. I was like, I love this for us. Keep that assumption going, please. She goes, I will happily do that. I was like, yes. Because it's something else I'm manifesting. It's non-SP related. Okay. Oh, what's up, MRV Davs? Welcome to the family. You're going to love it here. Okay. Because we get results, as you can see in the comments. We get results here. That's what I'm here to do. If you have any SP questions, drop them in the comments. We talk about mainly SPs here. However, I manifested a bunch of shit. So if you want to know how to lose weight, I lost over 100 pounds in less than a year. No diet, no exercise. That's how I got my start in the manifestation community. My entire background is the study of the subconscious mind. So I'm good at helping you get your shit because I understand how the mind actually works. Okay. It's not about affirm. It's not. Now, don't get me wrong. I still stand by affirming, but it's far more than just affirming. I'm here to help you simplify the process, not complicate the shit. Okay? And it works because you stop working. You stop trying. Okay? And you do. That's what we do. I've manifested 3 successful businesses, boatloads of money. I've helped 82 entrepreneurs manifest 7 figures in their business in less than 3 years. So I'm good at it all. I've done it all. Okay? I only teach them what I know. Health, done that too. All right. So MVR Dabs. Basically, when I manifest an SP for you, I walk you through. We recreate your SP on the spot. Okay? And then I tell you how to play your part. It's a very simple part. It's a very simple role to play. Okay. And then I get to work and we work together. We work in alignment. Cause that's the key. And then, you report back movement. I help you keep that going. Cause what makes me different than everybody else when it comes to manifesting your SP is I don't just bring them to your door and be like, job fucking done. That's right. Unapologetically me, bitch. See the difference when you go from this to this. And then keep that shit on. Duct tape it, super glue it. But the difference is I don't just bring them to your door. I teach you how to keep them. Okay. That's what people don't do. They help you manifest your SP back, but what version of them are they helping bring back? The same version you don't want? No, that's not good enough. Okay. So that's a difference. That's the difference between me and everybody else is I help you keep their ass and hone into your power so that you have a great relationship with your SP, and it doesn't end the same way your relationship did the last time, because that's what happens. If they don't teach you how to keep your SP, then this is why people have gotten back together, broke up, gotten back together, broke up. That's why. because you're not doing anything different. So that's what makes me different. And that's why I teach everybody on here too. But all links are in my bio. Okay? Alrighty. Now let's scroll down. I'm here to answer some questions so I don't get behind. I have a sinus thing going on, but you know what? I feel great. I woke up this morning. I had a fantastic fucking morning, by the way, bitches. I had an amazing morning. Locking in discipline, Jen, after a call. Yes, getting ready to see you. That's right. You're getting ready to see your SP tonight, Elena. Now play your part, bitch. Go get your man. Elena's an amazing soul, by the way. Okie dokie. Oh. What did you manifest for your bestie? No, I'm not manifesting for her, although I should. But I am she actually repeated an affirmation of mine when I wasn't manifesting. Well, it's not for her, but it involves her, if that makes sense. I can't talk about what it is on here. Well, my audience knows why I cannot talk about certain things on here. So I will, once the full manifestation is here, which will be like, today, because I said so, it's going to be perfect, literally. And I've called the date. I've declared the date. So when it shows up on my said date, because I'm good at manifesting on a time crunch, it's a skill, okay? But I'm good at manifesting on a time crunch, and it requires insane discipline, but I'm very disciplined, obviously. And so I declared the date, but it does involve her. And so I thought it was hilarious when she actually said my affirmation back to me, word for word, verbatim, what I had said as an inner conversation. Like literally word for word. And then took a fucking whole last video and put it on Snapchat. Do you like just deciding or affirming? Ha ha. Okay. Just deciding is trash advice. I don't teach anything on here. I will never teach anything on here that's unrealistic. Okay. So that's right. Unapologetically me. That's right, bitch. She earned that spot. Literally. To be on my team, you have to be with your SP. Duh. Which is why we slimmed the team down, because you have to be with your SP. Okay. All right. Just deciding is trash ass advice. Literally. It's trash advice. Okay. Because it depends. Just deciding that you're in a relationship when you're in complete no contact with your SP is unrealistic. Okay. Because only because it involves an insane amount of discipline. Like an insane amount of discipline, and you guys can't stop fucking reacting to all shit. Checking for movement, checking that 3D, forcing the 3D. You guys can't even control yourself when it comes to that shit. So how the hell are you going to just decide you're in a relationship when you're not even in contact? Because here's the problem. You won't see, because a lot of people want to see movement, right? But if you're just deciding you're in a relationship without even talking to your SP, you won't see any movement until you step into that assumption and just know and absolutely know that you're in a relationship with your SP. You would have to actually know that. But most people can't even be consistently, most people can't even turn a situationship into a relationship. They can't even just decide that they're in a relationship, even though everything points to relationships. So just deciding is trash advice. I do not suggest it. What you should just decide is that I'm going to get my shit. That's what you should just decide. I'm getting this shit, like, period. I've decided that. I've decided how this ends. It ends with me and SP together, period. That's how this ends. And I've decided that. That's the only thing you should just decide. Okay. Now, affirming. So most manifestation coaches, when it comes to the law of assumption, tell you to just affirm. Just affirm your life away. If that was the case and all you had to do was affirm, then 100%, we'd have 100% success rate across the board, right? Everybody would have their SPs if all they had to do was just affirm. Then everybody would have everything they've ever wanted. Money, business success, a whole new world. If all you had to do was affirm. But let me mute this because I don't know if you guys can hear all the fucking things. But that's the problem is, does affirming work? Yes. But the reason why they tell you to just affirm is because they don't understand how the mind works, okay? How the subconscious mind works. So when you just affirm, you're affirming because you need to get it into the subconscious mind, right? So affirm, repetition, because that's what your subconscious mind operates off of is repetition. So you have to create the repetition to get it into the subconscious mind because we're going to talk about conscious creation actually too, by the way. Because I got to thinking about it last night. What the fuck is conscious creation? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about that. So affirm goes into the subconscious mind. Okay. But what if you could bypass the conscious mind and go directly into the subconscious mind, right? Because that's what's producing whatever's in the subconscious mind is what's pushing out. So that's where we differentiate. So it's less about affirming. Affirming is only designed to distract your thoughts. So do I affirm? Yes, I do. Do I need to affirm my life away? No, I don't. Because it's less about affirming, which is why I'm going to make another video about how I manifested my SP back, because I had to go back in my mind palace and pull all the shit out because I wasn't trying to do this for a living. Okay. I just wanted my boyfriend back. You know what I mean? So I had to figure out what else did I do. Okay. And, so anyway, so I affirm, but it's less about affirming and it's more so about inner conversations. What are your inner conversations? What are you telling yourself all fucking day long? Because that's pushing out over and over and over again. Because think about it this way. Logically speaking, you're not walking around like, my boyfriend is such a fucking asshole. He's an 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 asshole. And then saying, he never texts me back. 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 Are you? No. What you are doing though is saying, God, like you're talking in your mind to yourself and you're saying, he's such a fucking asshole. I don't know why he's so disrespectful in the text. Like he literally never texts me fucking back. Like I'm always the one that has to initiate the text. And then he takes forever to fucking respond. If he responds at all, and he's fucking rude and disrespectful when he responds, and it's just nothing but dry texting. See what I'm saying? That's what you're saying. So if it was all about affirming, did you affirm for your breakup? No, you didn't. Okay. And that's where you have to reverse engineer and think what logically makes sense. Did you walk around and say, he's going to break up with me. 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 No. What you did do is say, I'm not sure how he fucking feels about me anymore. Like he is not the same person. Like, does he even care about me? I don't even know if he wants to be in this relationship anymore. He doesn't even show me that he cares about this relationship. Like, I don't even know, like, is he going to break up with me? I'm not sure if he's going to end this relationship because he's been acting funny. See what I'm saying? That's the inner conversations you're having, or you're talking to your bestie just like that. A conversation. So therefore it pushes out. So then we leverage. That's where you leverage and say, okay, so if my inner conversations are pushing out a lot of the negative shit because you don't think about it again, because you just bitch in your mind about your SP and everything they're not doing, then they sit there and tell you when they break up with you that they just feel like they're not good enough for you or you deserve better and all this bullshit that they're telling you. It's all you and your inner conversations. Okay. So then that's when you leverage and say, okay, if that's the case, then I'm going to go ahead and control my inner conversations, because that's what pushes out quickly, because it is a natural conversation that you're having with your inner bestie. And when you have a natural conversation, it goes right up into the subconscious mind. That's how this works. You're welcome. Can I still be sad about the situation while trying to manifest him back? Okay, Lex, first of all, you're not trying shit, bitch. We don't try here, we do. Okay, first and foremost. Second, emotions have nothing to do with it. It's not the emotion that's manifesting. It's the thoughts behind the emotion, right? So typically you'll have a thought that triggers the emotion. Like, I just miss her. Okay. And so you have that thought, like, I just miss her. And then it triggers the sadness emotion, right? And then what happens is the only reason why people think it's the emotion that plays the part, it's not. It's because when you're sad, now you're allowing your thoughts to align with that emotion. Okay? You can't do that because it's not the emotion, it's the thoughts. I've proven this to be true many of times. Many, many, many fucking times. Okay? And so what happens is when you do that, what you want to do is when you're sad or angry, any emotion at all, leverage and say, okay, this is where I'm going to control. I can be sad and I can be crying, but I'm going to have, if you have to affirm through the tears, affirm through the tears. If you want to have an inner conversation, have an inner conversation. That's positive, of course, because the sadness will start to go away. Or even if it doesn't matter. You're not allowing the thoughts to align with that emotion. Does that make sense? Because I got what seemingly wasn't in favorable news, like last week, I think it was. Or, yeah. I don't fucking know. Yeah, it was the end of last week. And did I cry? At first, but then I picked up my big girl panties on, and the same time I was crying, I was like, absolutely fucking not. I don't fucking think so. This, that, and the third. And then the next day, I got exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. Non-SP related. Things started to be favorable. Things turned around because I didn't let my thoughts align with the emotion. Okay. So that's what you need to do. If you're feeling any kind of negative emotion, just push through it. Push through it, girl. You got this, girlfriend. All right. Now, let's go. Do you have any tips that have worked for you? Who the fuck are you talking to? Who the hell is Licitita? I don't know. Okay. I've been thirsty lately. No, MVR, no, you do not have to do it out loud. You can do it in your mind. We actually do it here on my TikTok live every day. Okay. We do the cord cutting, which is, there's a 3 video series where I'm wearing a red shirt. It's the first of the 3 videos. And then as soon as we're done doing the energy cord cutting, with your SP, then we do the photo method. And so you can do that. That's why it's pinned to the profile, girlfriend. But I updated that video. So if you go, there's 2 videos. I think it's the last 2 videos. Stats for Lindsay, bitch. I'm loving how you guys can pin shit because things get lost in the fucking sauce. Okay. Ow. I love that for you. Look, she said, Jen, this week has been one of the best in our whole relationship. Now keep that going. Use that to continue on. You know, when you're in a relationship with someone, this is what I was telling Courtney earlier. I said, you know what I want you to do this weekend? I want you to fucking enjoy your relationship. Relationships are not supposed to be work. They're not supposed to be tough. They're not supposed to be a struggle. They're not supposed to, be that way. They're supposed to be fun, exciting, right? Or just be alone. You know what I mean? Therefore, you got no one to argue with and shit and stress you out. Relationships are not supposed to be that way. They're supposed to be enjoyed. And so what you should be doing when you're with your SPs, for those of you that are spending time with your SPs, instead of whining and bitching and doing all these things and questioning shit all day long, you know what you should do? Just enjoy. Just enjoy your time. Just enjoy your time. Good, Yara. She said, I see his name everywhere again after booking you. That's right, girl, because that's movement. Those are signs. Birds before land, if you will. Everything's a fucking sign. You guys should be creating signs. You guys should create your own signs, okay? People will be like, is this a sign? Do you want it to be a sign? Do you want it to be a sign? But see, this is where law of attraction people or every fucking body else tells you, yes, this is birds before land. How to recognize birds before land. Or these are the top 9 signs that your manifestation is coming. Huh? Who decided that? So you should all be creating all kinds of signs, whatever sign you fucking want. I don't give a shit. You see a squirrel, if you got a lot of squirrels around, like I do. Well, every time I see a squirrel, yeah, that's because my man is texting me. I see 2. Oh yeah, I see 2 together. Oh yeah, That's because, oh yeah, we're definitely getting back together right now. Yep, we're definitely, my manifestation is here. Right? Whatever signs you want, nothing is a sign, and that's what they don't tell you. These are the top 10 signs. Signs of what? Nothing is a sign until you give it a meaning. Okay? Signs are great, but you need to give your sign, thanks, I'm Kitty, girlfriend. You need to give your sign a fucking meaning. And when you give it a meaning, then that pushes out. See, that's where you leverage signs. Everything's about leveraging everything. Signs, signs, signs. But what does the sign mean to you? What does the sign, what's up, Ness? What is the sign mean to you? Does the sign mean that, like, it's kind of, what up, poor temps? Does the sign mean that your manifestation is here? Does the sign mean that, you know, your man is texting you right now? Does the sign mean that they're coming to see you? What does the sign mean? Assign it a meaning. Doesn't have to be the same meaning either. You could be like, every time I fucking see the sun, my SP's thinking about me. Every time I see a cloud, oh yeah. Yeah. He is definitely falling more in love with me. Whatever the fuck you want. Doesn't matter. Shaz, is it okay to affirm with any language? Yes. You should affirm or have inner conversations in a language that you speak, in your natural language. Okay. And you should word them in a way that is natural to you as well. Okay. Because if it's natural to you, like I will cuss in my affirmations because obviously, as you know, that's natural for me. Although I will tell you, I did very well because my mom, she can't stand that shit. She hates it. So when I saw her yesterday, I was like, when we went out for her birthday dinner yesterday, I was like, I'll be on my best behavior. I will not say a single cuss word. And I didn't. That was my birthday gift to her. Oh, and the fact that I paid for dinner for my whole fucking family. Okay, Jen, do you have a video on how to make them forget things? I mean, poor times, if you want, I can make a video on, it's called Revision Bitch, okay? Let me go ahead. You know what? Let me make you a video on that, okay? How to forget things. Forget things. Okay. It's all in your inner conversations. Thanks, Tamara. I'm pretty sure it's Tamara, though. Okay, listen. Poor times. You need to get over a lot of this shit. Okay? I can make a video about it and I will hook you up, sister. I'll make a video about it this week, okay? But really, it's all your inner conversations, okay? Your SP knows you got surgery. Not anymore. Not anymore. Like, no, I've always been naturally beautiful. I've always been naturally beautiful. Like, always. I've never had a surgery at all. Like, at all. And no one knows of any surgery, right? One, you can either stop identifying that you had surgery and tell yourself you've always been naturally beautiful, okay? The second thing you can do is tell yourself in an inner conversation that, no, he has no idea that I've gotten a surgery. He actually has no idea I've had surgery, okay? because he will not bring it up anymore. He won't bring it up anymore. But you, poor temps, need to step, and I mean stop right now. Stop identifying with that shit. Do you understand? Do you understand? Stop identifying with that stuff. Okay? Because if you keep thinking about it, they keep thinking about it. Thought transmission. Okay? Thought transmission. So if you keep like, oh, my surgery, da, da, da. So what? So fucking what? Do you know how many people get a nose job? So, you know how many people get a chin, they get their chin redone? Botox is a big thing here. And you know what? They don't give a fuck. They're proud as shit about it. They're literally proud about it. They don't care. It's no different. You have to look at it this way. Getting a nose job, a chin job, boob implants, you know what I'm saying? An ass job, a mommy makeover, all that shit. Who cares? Who cares? Millions and millions of people around the world have had some kind of corrective surgery. So what? So what? Who cares? They're not going to sit there and be like, oh shit, because if he knows you had surgery, so what? You're still beautiful. He doesn't give a shit. Obviously. You need to stop identifying with that being a problem. Okay? Because as long as you keep being paranoid that everybody thinks you had surgery, guess what everybody's going to think you had? Surgery, bitch. So stop doing that. Stop doing that. People get surgery all the time. Who cares? Who cares? Me too, Bevy. Amen, sis. Amen. I agree. Yeah, all right. Well, we got trolls again in here today. I love that. Ayana, how do you not stress about a manifestation that you affirmed you would get at certain time but didn't? You just keep going. You just keep going. There's no, what are you stressed out about? The only reason why most of you, are, if you're putting it like a time, the only reason why it's not coming at that time is because you're focused on the time. So it's like, yeah, I date some manifestations because I'm impatient. I'll date it. I'll put a date on it, but I'm not stressed out about the date at all. I do my job and I don't worry about the date. I'm not counting down the time, being like, oh, it's 2 days from now. Oh God, it's 3. Oh my God, now it's 1 day. It's still not here. Because when you do that, you're identifying with it not being here. You identify it with it not being here. You can't do that. Okay. Instead, you have to identify it with it being here. And the only way you do that is by not focusing on the time, and you just keep going. And you just keep going. Because anything I've manifested on a time crunch where I have declared the date, I'll just be like, yeah, it's going to happen by this date. And then I just never thought about the date again. I just do my inner conversations. And I come from a place of expectation. I said the date. I don't need to keep repeating the date. For what? For what? It'll be here by that day. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. And then I just keep going. It doesn't show up by that date. Well, you know what? I'm going to keep going again. I don't give anything another option. You need to stop giving things an option and be like, fuck that. What option? No. This is the only option. This is the only option. Okay? Okay. My tummy hurts. Probably because I haven't ate shit. I'm fasting. Just kidding. I had half a tuna sandwich yesterday because I knew I was going to Benihana, and I eat like a pig at Benihana because we only go twice a year. Why, I don't fucking know. But actually, I'm kind of over Benihana, to be quite frank. I prefer Korean barbecue or Mongolian barbecue instead. Probably because it's all you can eat. And I may or may not bring a plastic bag to take some home. That I will not confirm nor deny. But I had fried rice and I got the leftovers. See, that's what happens when you get spicy fried rice, because no one at the table got spicy fried rice except for me. So I got all the leftovers. So I got like 1.5 portions. So I ate my fried rice and I got chicken and shrimp. I ate that shit. I saved the soup because I like the soup, but I'll take it home. Why fill up on soup there? I had shrimp tempura and the whole bit. And you know what I woke up today? 1/2 pound lighter, bitches. What? Because I eat whatever the fuck I want. And I lose weight. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. Oh. Sorry. Okay. My SP thinks I had a BBL. Okay, Angela. No one fucking likes a bragger, bitch. No one likes a bragger. Where he thinks he had a BBL and I haven't, and I repeated 1,000,000 times and he still asks. You know what that tells me? That tells me you got the perfect ass, bitch. Boom. What? I'm looking right now at a message that you cannot see because it's coming through right now on TikTok. And she said, I did exactly what you said. And he broke no contact. Said he misses her and wants to see her. And she's like, what the fuck? See what I'm saying? It literally just came up on my TikTok DMs where she said, I did exactly what you said. No contact broken. I like to think you guys should, right now, if you don't follow me, you should probably do that. You should probably join my lives because you know what we do here? We get you results. That's what we're here to do. Get you results. If you do what I say, which isn't a lot of fucking work. Let's be frank. And if one more person asks, can I turn this around? Can I fix this? Then I'm going to. Because you can fix anything. You don't ever screw anything up unless you tell yourself you can't fix this. This can't be fixed. You can fix anything. You can turn it around like night and day within 24 hours. And if another fucking person forces the 3D, you're also going to get one of those too. Stop doing that. AJ. Yeah, bitch. I know you're here. And I also know what you're doing. And you better fucking get a grip. And you better send me a DM, by the way. Slide into my WhatsApp. We're going to have a little chatty chat. Okay? Because that's, I think, a large part of your guys' problem is you guys don't realize that I keep telling you, there's a way. Okay, I tested this yesterday. Yeah, I tested this yesterday. Because I always tell you guys, yesterday that tonality gets distorted through text messages. Okay, so you put emojis in your stuff because it creates the tonality aspect of it. Because if not, what you do is read too into the shit. Like, they text you good morning and you're like, that's a dry text. I don't like that text. Like, what does he mean by that? That's it. That was short. All this stuff, right? And so I'm always telling you guys to, we don't verbalize, we internalize. So I said, well, let's see. Let's say on the off chance you verbalize. Okay. Can that still work to your favor, to your benefit? So I tested it last night. You're welcome. I'm always testing shit with my boyfriend to help you guys out. Thanks, Kevin Fine's girlfriend. So I tested this. And so last night I sent a text, but I put an emoji behind it. Okay. So this morning, he did exactly what my text said. Exactly. Actually, probably more over the top. Because, thanks, Kim Fine Sister. I love you. All because of the emoji at the end, right? Because it wasn't a command, right? It was you put an emoji at the end, and then there's, congrats, Lulu. Congrats, sister. You put a little emoji at the end, and it changes the tonality. They know exactly what your tone is in that message, okay? So there's a difference than letting them fill in the tonality. Now, I'm not saying go force the fucking 3D. That's not what I'm saying. But there's a way that you can communicate to your SP about something that you want without, or miss from them, without having it be a command, okay? Without having them take it the wrong way. You see what I'm saying? So I can let you guys know. All right, let's get to you, Jillian, again. How can I let go of the old story? Because I find this very hard. Okay. You don't need to let go of the old story. Okay. That's like saying forget everything in your childhood. That's fucking stupid. What are you talking about? Just have no memories at all. Okay? Now, here's the thing. The people that tell you that is, again, because they don't understand the study of the mind, the subconscious mind. Okay? So consciously, your conscious mind only remembers 7 plus or 2 minus chunks at a time, which is why all slogans are 7 words or less. Okay? So even like all sayings, look at any fast food place, any saying, it's all 7 words or less. Guys, that's the study of the mind. It's psychology. Okay? Human psychology. So your conscious mind will only recall, this is why you only recall certain memories from your past. Right? You don't like remember your entire childhood or all the things, right? Which is where autistic people are different. Autistic people are one big walking subconscious mind where their conscious mind is not operating. Okay. So that's why they're constantly overstimulated. They're overstimulated because your subconscious mind remembers everything about you. It knows everything, stemming all the way back from childhood, all the way back from the day you were fucking born and in your mom's womb. It knows everything about you. So again, this is why autistic children walk around looking very overstimulated because it's like only one big walking subconscious mind. They had an autistic child walk around. They flew him over New York City in a helicopter. He's never seen it before in his life. They flew him around New York City one time. He was able to draw the entire city because his subconscious mind saw everything and knew everything. Okay. That's the subconscious mind. So how do you forget the old story when your subconscious mind very much is aware of it? You know what I'm saying? Consciously, it's like, your subconscious mind remembers it all. So when I do I got to get the back. Shit. Hold on. Pause, please. I love having a notepad. Jonah, if you're on here, Jonah, you'll have your hypnosis audio back today. Okay? By morning, because I have to upload it. Okay? So by morning at the latest, girl, I promise. But this is where when I do a hypnosis audio for people, the first thing I do is walk you through a mental exercise to delete the old story. Okay? Kind of like how I do energy cord cutting with you is the same thing. I think I talked about that shit. Okay. All right. Well, in my WhatsApp community, if you're part of it, I will walk you through how to delete the old story. Okay. It's a very simple process. It takes like fucking 30 seconds, but you can do it over and over and over again. Okay. To make sure you really delete the old story. Okay. It's a visualization exercise. But it's very quick. But I walk you through that, okay, on deleting the old story. Because you can do it that way. Because the only way you can delete the old story, which is why I hate when these fucking morons on the internet want to sit there and be like, just act like it doesn't exist. That's not how this works, because your subconscious mind is very much aware of the entire old story. So the only way you can forget the old story is if you delete it, where? From your subconscious mind. Fucking duh. But they don't know that shit. Okay? So they'll just be like, just don't pay any attention to it. So you'd have to delete it from your subconscious mind. But luckily for you, that's my background. Okay? But I tell you, but this is where I tell you, if you're struggling with doing that consciously, then what you want to do is you need to dip into old story, because how the fuck do you know where you went wrong? How do you know what your thoughts are and so forth if you don't dip into old story? Because you have to, when you'll let it go when you've learned lessons from it. Everything is a lesson. Everything is feedback. Okay. Everything is feedback, and the only way you will let go of the old story is if you learn from it. Because in your subconscious mind, the only reason why you can't let it go is because your subconscious mind, you still have lessons to learn from that. Okay? And that's why it's still there. That's why it's still there. So you need to go into old story, Jillian, and all of you need to go dip. I want you to spend like 20 minutes on this shit. We're not going to get all in our fucking feelings, okay? Because that's old history, okay? Who gives a fuck, okay? If you find yourself getting your feelings, well, then affirm, okay? Or just let yourself deal with it for 10 minutes and then flip it and do inner conversations after that, okay? So that's only if you get in your feelings about it. But I want you to dip into your old story for, like I said, max 20 minutes, but you're going to look at two things from your old story. First, you're going to go, this is how we flip it without flipping it, guys. Pay attention. You're going to dip into old story and you're going to do it in this fucking order. If you don't do it in this order, then I don't know what to fucking tell you. Okay. You need to do it in this order. You're going to go down memory lane 2 times. The first time, you're going to go down memory lane and you're only going to look and think about all the negative shit. Only the negative stuff. Okay? Things they've said to you, all that stuff. Okay? Because when you do that, you're going to flip it. Okay? Because now, and you could take a fucking notepad out. Good. Take a notepad out. What are all the negative things, unfavorable things they've said to you? All of these things. What did they tell you at the breakup? All of that, right? And it's all negative Nelly. Write it all down, because this is feedback for you, because there's a lesson to be learned here. Okay. The lesson to be learned here is not, okay, so he's an asshole. No, it's okay. He said this, he said that, he said this, he said that. Okay, great. Now in my thoughts, where did I go wrong here? Because obviously I was confused in my thoughts, or I was thinking about one thing or another. So yeah, Oh, that's right. I did think that way. I was thinking those kind of thoughts or negative thoughts about it. And so he just reflected that. Okay. Lesson learned. Number 1. Okay. Number 2. What else did he say? Okay, cool. Where did I go wrong? Oh, you're adapting the learnings. Okay. You're learning. You're not blaming, because blaming you cannot see a solution if you blame. That's being at the effect. That's victim mentality. Okay. But if you're at cause and you say, how am I at cause for this? That's when you find a solution. That's where you find a solution. And if you don't know what lesson there is to be learned, then ask your subconscious mind. Say, okay, he said this. What lesson is there to be learned from this? Listen to the first answer that pops into your head without thinking about it. Then that is the answer. Okay. If nothing pops up, then think about it. Okay. And adapt the learning, because now your subconscious mind can let it go, because you're accepting responsibility. You're seeing where you went wrong. That's good feedback for you, because therefore you break the patterns in the future. Now you've gone down negative Nelly rabbit hole. Now you're going to go down positive rabbit hole in that fucking order. Do you understand? It has to be in that order, and I'll tell you why after. Now you're going to go down positive rabbit hole. And now you're going to recall all the positive shit in your relationship. That's probably where the tears will start to flow. You're going to, and that's fine. And that's fine. Let the tears flow because you're not thinking negatively. These are happy tears, sad tears. You know what I'm saying? But it's only because you're recalling positive shit. Okay. So those are positive inner conversations. So this is why you go in this order, partly why you go in this order. Okay. So now your inner conversations, the reason why you go in this order is because you went down negative rabbit hole. You adapted all the learnings, right? So now you can let that shit, you'll feel much better. You won't think about it because you'll feel much better about it. Now you go down positive rabbit holes. So maybe the tears are flowing, but they're positive. You're having positive inner conversations. So what do you think you're doing when you just went down a negative rabbit hole? It's automatically flipping everything. You don't have to revise. You don't have to flip. You don't have to do any of that shit after this because that's why you go negative, then positive, because positive memory lane is going to automatically flip everything from negative memory. Okay. So everything that you recalled from it. Okay. So now you go down pause memory lane. You want to remember all the beautiful things all the great memories you've had, the things that you've done together. What are the things that he's told you about how they feel about you? Right. What are some things that they've told you about, the things they love about your relationship, right? All of that stuff. Write that shit down. Write it down. Okay? Because when you're done writing down the negative shit, what you're going to do is rip all that shit up, shoot that shit to the wind. I don't give a fuck. Burn it, trash it, shoot it to the wind. I don't care. Let it go. Okay? And then positive. Now write that down and now keep that. Because what you're going to do is recall that. Anytime you want to question how they feel about you, anytime you want to question any of that shit, you just look at that list and read it to yourself. The things that they've said about how they feel about you, the things that you've done together, all of this stuff, and then tell yourself, I know exactly how he feels about me. Okay? All right. I'd be giving away way too much free advice around this bitch. But I love it because I love you. Duh. I affirmed against my, pink mermaid. We call them SPs, not X. Okay. And X is exactly that, a fucking X. And we don't manifest X's back because we have lots of X's. We manifest SPs. Okay. I affirmed against my SP without realizing what I was doing. I only realized by watching the lives. 1,000%, 1,000%. I totally agree. That's what we don't get. I had one client who actually, this was a first for me, is she actually scripted her breakup. But she didn't know she was doing it, right? She was journaling. She journaled every day. And what do you do when you journal? Talk about your fucking day, right? That's what therapists have you do too, by the way. Keep a journal. For what? For what? So she would journal every day. And when you journal, you talk about your day, fight you had with your boyfriend, what's going on in your relationship, all that shit. And she's, and she jumps on the call. She's like, and I'm talking to her, right? And I'm talking to her and she's like, oh shit. She goes, I actually scripted my breakup. Right? And most of us don't understand that's what caused your breakup, is by you having inner conversations that you don't realize are pushing out over and over and over again. And that's what happens. But that's my job here. That's what makes me different here, is because I have to get you to realize what caused your breakup in the first place, what caused the demise of your first relationship with SP. Because if you understand that, you don't need a magic glass of fucking water. Do ya? No. You don't need to do the 3-6-9 method, the 55 by 5. You don't need to visualize. You don't need to do any of that shit, because did you do any of that for your breakup? No. I don't think you visualized this man packing up his shit and moving out your house, did you? No. So you don't need that law of attraction shit. It's not about visualizing. I was joking with the client today. I said, I did the visualization for get a text in 10 minutes. Get a text. I did that shit every day, twice a day, for 7 months. I didn't get not one fucking text. Not one. And I was like, this is stupid. And then I reverse engineer. And that's what you don't realize. You're like, damn, I always call Angela out. That's why I love her. You were so mad at him today. I was so mad at him today because there's no contact for a year. I saw the signs as a meaning of my brain forgetting him. What are you talking about, Yara? What the fuck are you talking about? I tell you, 25, first of all, a sign is never a negative meaning. You should never, ever in life give a negative meaning to a sign. Ever. For what purpose would you do that shit? That's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid. Okay? That's dumb. So don't do that. Okay? Second of all, I told you before, I tell everybody on here that you need to leverage your emotions. Leverage your emotions. Get angry at them. Get angry at them. You know why? But leverage the anger. So instead of bitching about him not talking to you for this amount of time and this, that, and the fucking third and blah, 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 blah. Instead of you doing that shit, what up, cutie? Why don't you leverage the anger and be like, oh no, this motherfucker is contacting me today because you know what? They cannot stand to be away from me. They literally cannot stand to be away from me. They are absolutely contacting me today because I don't play games. So now you get angry with them, but instead of throwing negative crap out there, you're throwing positive crap out there. Same emotion, anger. Except you're not bitching. And if you want to look at it like you're bitching in a positive light about what you want. Do you understand? Do you understand? Arabi, why am I so mad? I'm so fucking mad because they're not listening. I manifest my Fidan, this is not your fucking first day, bitch. We don't call them X. We call them SP. Girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever your pleasure. But an X remains an X. I just said this. Okay? You manifested your SP to text you. But when I get my results, it comes out a curse text. How to fix that? I literally have mentioned this numerous times. This is why it's less about affirming and more about different things that are playing out, because you can sit there and manifest a text all day long, but what kind of text are you going to get? The only way you can change that is two ways. You can have, first of all, you need to start seeing your SP as perfect, amazing, absolutely sweetest person in the fucking world. Okay? Always showing you affection. Constantly showing you affection. Okay? Oh, I know, baby. Okay? So that's the one thing, is you have to see her differently. Okay? And then one that sends you loving texts that would never curse you out. All of that shit. Okay? Then you, on top of that, need to change the tonality of the text. They're constantly showing me affection. He's literally so affectionate through my text. My God. He had like whole inner conversations. Like he is constantly sending me the sweetest texts in the fucking world. Like literally so affectionate. He sends me nothing but sweet texts. The tonality of those texts will change. Okay. But you cannot, because remember, your subconscious mind doesn't know what you're looking at. It knows your reaction. That's what it knows. What you tell yourself. So you should be looking at that text being like, always love bombing me through the text. Shit. That man literally just told me how much he loves me. Like, good Lord. He's obsessed with me. See what I'm saying? Different tonality. you need to give it a different meaning. Okay? You can't just manifest the text because you don't know. Well, okay, I have a member here who literally manifested a text on the spot. She did the photo method with us. I think it was her first day. She was a mess when she came here. She's amazing now. But she manifested a text, or I think it was a text or email, one of the two. Same day. There was not a nice message. Right, because she hadn't changed how she viewed her SP yet. Okay? So if you're still viewing them as an asshole, then that's exactly what kind of conversation you're going to get. What up, just wowie? I don't recognize you. Welcome to the family. You just realized that you actually scripted in my thoughts our breakup. Of course. Okay, so we're going to take a brief little minute, an intermission, if you will. And we're going to go, I get a lot of new people here, okay? Recently, we've gotten a lot of new people. So let's go down memory lane for one hot second, okay? Because I need you guys to realize what caused your breakup so you can cause your makeup, okay? So when you first met your SP, everything was great on the hot and heavy. Everything was nice and steamy, perfect, checking all the fucking boxes. You never questioned anything, right? You knew everything, how they felt about you, all that stuff. You met them, started talking all the time, right? And then you were in a whole ass relationship with them. And things in your relationship escalated quickly. Everything was perfect. Then you had a disagreement that turned into an argument. And oftentimes it's the ladies, because most men are like over that shit in like 5 seconds. Okay. Most men. But it's the ladies that love to keep it going. So you bitch. You have an argument. The verbalized argument stops, but not for you. It continues here. You walk away. Bitch. What an asshole. I can't believe you said that shit to me. Like, oh my God. So rude. Then some of you will go back for round 2 because you're not done. You're not done. So you'll go and want to verbalize again to him some more. Or you'll call every fucking body in the world that will listen to you, right? Like, bitch, you're never going to guess what this man fucking said to me. Blah, 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 right? Then the next minute then when you're over it, then you decide, okay, I'm over it. You move on. And your relationship continues. Then you have another disagreement that turns into an argument, and it goes the same way the last one did. And now over the course of your relationship, you start to realize that your arguments and disagreements are getting far more frequent. And now you're starting to tell yourself, your bestie, other people, like, he's changing, like he's changed. He's not the same. Right? And the more you argue and have disagreements, now your relationship is on the decline because all you've done is bitch. See him differently based on your arguments. See him differently. And now your relationship's on the decline. And now you're telling yourself, and you're probably telling your friends and anybody else, like, he's different. Like, he's not the same person from when I first met him. Like, he's changed. And therefore, and the reason for that is because over the time, every time you had an argument and you bitched about him, in your mind, you selected a different version of SP. So yes, he did change throughout your relationship, and the new version, the worst version, got amplified every time you fucking argued. It's like having a goodie bag that every time you had an argument, you just kept throwing shit in there. Oh, I don't like this shit about him either. I don't like this shit about him either. And now that goodie bag is expanding with all the shit you don't like. And now he's a whole different person. And then at the end of your relationship, you're like, I don't know how he feels about it. Now you're questioning everything. I don't know if he even wants to be in this relationship anymore. Does he even love me anymore? Does he care? Is he going to break up with me? Like, all of these things, you did nothing but question your relationship. So therefore, the breakup happens. And then this is when the entertainment begins. Now the breakup happens and you guys are like, oh, no, this is not okay. I just need to talk to him. If I could just talk to him and plead my case, we'll get back together. I just need to talk to him. So let me blow his shit up. I'm going to call him 55,000 times. And if he doesn't answer those, then I'll block my number and call him from a private because he just might not know that that's me. Then if he doesn't answer that, and in the meantime, what I'm going to do on top of that is I'm going to go ahead and blow his text up too. Like I'm going to send him endless texts and just come from desperation, begging and pleading, in all his text and send him all of those. Then he's not responding to those. So let me go on social media and I'm going to try to get his attention that way. So I'll like all his stories. I'll like all his shit. And if I don't get his attention there, let me even slide into his DMs. And then you wonder why you're blocked and all that shit. Sound familiar? Yep. So, because all you did after the breakup is force the 3D. Force the 3D. And forcing the 3D as your living proof doesn't work. But the good news is, if you can cause the breakup, you can cause the makeup. All you have to do is what you did, but the opposite. No technique needed, because you didn't do a technique for the breakup, did you? No, you didn't. So only techniques come into play for the makeup, but nobody out here ever tells you what led to the breakup. Nobody, except for me. You're welcome. So all we have to do now that you know what led to the breakup is change that. Okay. And that's the thing that's where I think conscious creation. I thought about this last night. I'm going to answer these questions too. I thought about this last night and I said, I say the term because that's what everybody's saying as conscious creation, but it's not conscious creation, it's conscious awareness. You see what I'm saying? Like because all manifestation is subconscious. Okay? Everything that gets pushed out is from the subconscious mind. Most manifestation coaches will tell you that. So you're not consciously creating. It's about being consciously aware. That's going to be my new shit now. Conscious awareness. New name. Now, if anybody fucking says that shit, you know exactly where they got it from. Conscious awareness. Okay? Because that's what it is you're not creating shit consciously. Because if that was the case, then they may as well say force the 3D. Because that's what you're consciously doing. Okay? You can't consciously create shit. Because everything up until now, manifestation has been on autopilot, on complete autopilot. Okay? Because it's getting pushed out from the subconscious. But what you're doing now is becoming consciously aware of what you're creating. So therefore, you're learning how to consciously change that. But you're not creating shit consciously. Mic drop. They don't tell you that either, do they? No. Fuck. You're welcome. So that's my definition of manifestation. Okay? There is no definition of manifestation. Okay? My definition of manifestation is that you create everything. Everything is a creation of yours. You don't need to settle for shit. You don't need to settle for anything. You should never accept anything that you don't like in your reality. Never. I don't care what evidence and proof they want to show you. So, nope. Only you have the power to change everything. Or you can choose to settle for a mediocre life, for a life without your SP. Because if you can't stop fucking bitching and arguing with your SPs because that forces the 3D, then you may as well just pack that shit up and find somebody else. Because all I hear all the time is no movement, no movement, no movement, no movement, no movement. Shut the fuck up. If you're going to tell me no movement one more goddamn time, shut the fuck up. Because how many times do I have to tell you there's always movement? There's always movement. And a lot of movement you can't see because there's a process that leads up to movement in your 3D. I think you guys forget that shit. Okay? There's a process that leads up to that. There's a thought process that leads up to you getting in contact with your SP. There's always a thought process. You can't see that shit, can you? No. Just like you can't see the air that you choose to believe you're breathing. Just like you can't see the gravity but you still know that you're going to stand on the floor today. Just like you know the world, unless you're a flat earther, just like you know the world spins, but you can't see that shit. All of that. Do you understand? You guys choose to believe, and this is what pisses me off about you, is you choose to believe in things that you have never seen at all. But yet you don't question it at all. You never question the shit I just mentioned. But when it comes to your SP, you question every fucking thing. Everything you question. I don't see any movement. Whine. No movement, no movement. Shut the fuck up. How about that? How about that? Stop questioning everything. Stop doing that. Because there's always movement. So if you're not going to question, if you're going to stand on the fucking floor right now, then stop fucking questioning all the shit. All the shit. Right? If I was to drop this pen right now, do I think for a second it's going to float into the fucking air? No. Now, if I drop this same pin 1,000 times, you want to know what? The result is going to be the same. It isn't like, oh, we have a hard stop at 99, and if you do it 100 times, yeah, that shit's going right up there. No, bitch. That's not how it happens. That's not how it happens. Do you understand? So if you would stop for one hot second and just stop questioning shit and be like, I'm just going to do. Because that's what I do. That's literally what I do. Everything I've ever manifested, I didn't question a damn thing. And you want to know how you're not going to question shit and you just know? Because when somebody tells you, what the fuck are you talking about? That's fucking stupid. Guess what? You don't even believe them. So many things that I have manifested. People were like, what the fuck are you talking about? Even my weight loss in the beginning. My brother would see me cooking because he lived with me at the time and I would cook dinner for us all the time. And he's like, and I told him, I'm like, I'm on a weight loss journey. He goes, there's no way you're going to convince me that you can eat all that shit and lose weight. I was like, oh yeah? Watch me. Watch me. You should be in competition with yourself. With yourself. And be like, instead of being like, well, he's not calling me, I'm blocked. He doesn't want to see me. Like, he said that he doesn't want a commitment. You should be like, game on, bitch. Game on. Yeah, watch me. Oh, you don't want this? Oh, okay. That's cute. Watch me. You better just accept your fate because here's all the evidence. No, I don't fucking think so. No. I believe what I want to believe. And I don't give a fuck who tells me the opposite. I don't question a fucking thing. For what? So you can get all in your fucking headspace about it? Why do that? Why do that? The only reason you're questioning things is because you don't know the opposite. So stop doing that. There's nothing to fucking question if you would just do it and just know that this is... I never once had to have this pep fucking talk with myself. So I don't know why you guys do this. I wasn't like, well, I hope this works. I'm just going to give this a fucking try. Yes, Betty, I will. I'm just going to let me try this. I hope it works. And you know what? I'm just going to, it's not working. Oh my God. Are you a fucking quitter in your life? Do you cry and whine about fucking everything? If you don't cry and whine about everything and wear a Depends diaper around 24/7 like a baby, then grow up, stop questioning shit, and get your shit. How about that? How about you decide right now that, no, I'm in control and I will get whatever I want. And I know exactly what I want. My SP, and we'll be together, period. That's all I need to know. And so I'm going to do what Jen said to do. And I'm just going to know exactly how this fucking plays out with us together. You should try that out sometime. Oh my God, your life just might change. Okay, now, apparently I need to talk about fucking tarot cards. Okay, here's the thing. Tarot card readers know why you're going to them. Psychics, medium, all the shit. They know why you're going to them. You do understand. They know you're going to them not because your relationship is on cloud fucking 9, because who the hell goes to a psychic or a tarot card reader or a spellcaster and is like, my relationship is so amazing. Can I get a reading? No. That's not how that works. Okay. My God, my relationship is so amazing. Can I get a love spell? No. They know why you're going to them. But the problem is this. You're going to them with nothing but uncertainty, okay? Not knowing what your shit is, desperation, desperate energy, and lack of clarity. That's how you're going to them. So because of that, they give you a reading that is highly unfavorable. And the only reason why, pobrecito. And the only reason why you're getting that reading is because that's where your mind is at. So then now you get the reading and you act like it's written in fucking stone and can't be changed. And so now that reading fucks with your thoughts even more and more and more and more and more and more. Because you're now thinking they're right. Oh my God, they're right. Shit. Well, they're right because you're taking them at their word. Yeah, I'm sure to Gabrielle. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. And so you're taking them at their word over and over and over again. And so because of that, they are right, but they're not right. You took them at their word, so you pushed it out. Because all you went around doing after that reading has been like, oh my God, they said that we're not going to get back together and that they've moved on. They've moved on. It's over. It's over for good. I had a client come to me because she got a tarot card reading that said, your relationship will end in February. It was January. And I was like, oh yeah. And do you care to guess what happened in February? Her relationship ended. You know why? Because after she got the reading, all she could do was count down the days. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's the end of, and at the end of January, she was like, oh my God, it's here. The tarot card reader said February. Oh my God, he's going to break up with me in February. That's all she would say. And therefore, the breakup happened exactly in February. Because that's what she was paranoid. Oh my God, February. Knock it off. Please save your money, honey. That's my thing for all of you. Okay. So that's where I said that now I said that I say that, however, you need to have the clarity of what you want, right? What you want. Okay. And so forth. You need to have the right mentality, and your reading wouldn't be awful. Okay. But that's where I have a client who's actually a tarot card reader, and I have a couple of them, and they're a bit different. Okay. Because what I do like about them is they say, this is the reading, but it's based off of your current energy. So you need to change that. And then, this reading can be completely turned around. It's not written in fucking stone. It can be turned around. You need to change your energy, your assumptions, okay? Your thoughts about it, and then the results would be different, right? So I told her I would love to do something for all of you that love tarot card readings. Okay, first of all, it wouldn't be an arm and a fucking leg. However, if I'm going to collaborate with someone, I told her, and she loves the idea, because I said, if they love tarot card reading so much, I said, the thing is, if they schedule, they will not, oh, for the love of fucking sake, do not buy tarot card readers off of TikTok. And don't do it on ChatGPT either, please. Okay? And so I said, what I would recommend is, I said, but it's different. If they book one through us, they will not be able to schedule their reading for 7 days, because you have an assignment. Okay. I will give you a brief assignment, a very simple one, because I know you guys, a very simple one, so that you will get a good reading. The reading you know you want. Okay, user 788. They say don't react to the 3D. But how shouldn't I if I see that he isn't with me? Okay. That's not entirely what they mean by that. That's not how I would teach don't react to the 3D. Okay? Save your questions, because we're going to do the exercises in a second, because this bitch got to go to the bathroom. Okay? Okay. So, that's not exactly what they mean by that. And that's not how I would take it. So don't react to the 3D means that don't go fishing. Okay. So a lot of people will go fishing and digging, and they will react to the 3D negatively. Okay. That's just too long, bitch. I can't read the whole thing. I'll get there. So not reacting to the 3D. If I didn't answer your question, I'll give you one chance to drop it again, but only after the exercises, okay? Because sometimes I can't get to all of them before it gets pushed down, because somebody's out of their control here, okay? So then I lose track of the questions, and I can only go so far back. So if I didn't answer your question, that's not my shit. So after the method, drop it down, okay? But what it means is, like, don't go checking their social media profiles. Don't go doing all that shit, because that causes you to react to the 3D, okay? And check your thoughts when it comes to the 3D, okay? So it's like, he isn't with you yet, but you don't tell yourself that shit. Because if you keep telling yourself that, then that's going to be true. They can't be with you, okay? So instead, you need to not react to the 3D in the fact that you're not going to go digging for shit, okay? And reacting to their social media posts, to people who like their crap, like all that stupid shit, okay? Being blocked, all that stuff. But it doesn't mean that you can't do things to step you into the assumption better, okay? Because what I would do is, okay, so like when me and my boyfriend initially broke up, I never, ever changed anything in my home. I didn't change shit in my home. I didn't take his stuff down. I didn't do none of that shit. Everything stayed the same the entire time. Picture still on my dresser. Picture of me and my boyfriend on our first date, still on my fridge. Everything stayed the same. So it was even funny, because when he came over for the first time after we were in contact again, he saw the magnet on the fridge, and he goes, you never took this down? I was like, no, why would I? He's like, your daughter never said anything? I was like, she's fucking 13. She could give a shit less. She can give a crap less. She never asked. And if she did, she's 13. So she never asked, but I told her, I was like, oh, George is just busy with work right now. And so, you know, he'll be coming home. He'll be over soon, right? That's all I would say. I didn't say it shit to anybody. Okay? Except my bestie, you know, but to the neighbors and everything, I was like, nah, we're great. And they knew, but I started changing it around, okay? And so you can do certain things. Oh, and I cleared out half of, when we were back in contact, I cleared out half of my dresser and I cleared out half of my closet. Because how the fuck could he live with me, which is what I was affirming for, if there's no room? And I cleared out a lot of my garage so that he can put his car in there, obviously. So, I mean, the neighbors were very fucking happy with all the shit I gave away for free. I was just like, I'm that type of person where I'm like, just put it out. Brand new bike, never used, yep, just put it out. It's just my personality. I'm really shocked because she told me what was done will not happen. Don't fucking stop listening to people, Fidan. Okay? Stop listening to people. Do you understand? Stop it now. Stop it now. Okay? Okay. All right. Did you ever talk about seeing the opposite in the 3D and if it means something? I can't remember. What about a third party? What about we don't call, okay, Lena, first and foremost, we don't call them third parties around here. We call them gutter trash because no one competes with gutter trash. Okay. Why would they? You know what I'm saying? And what we do is we send gutter trash back to the dumpster she crawled out of. Okay. But gutter trash, you can't see them as an obstacle. I can walk you through how to get rid of gutter trash because I'm fucking good at it. There's that part. I'm very good at it. And gutter trash should go away very quickly. And you'll never need to seek confirmation because you'll get confirmation automatically. Literally automatically. Okay, but one is how you see them. You cannot see them as competition in any sense of that word. And you also can't see them as an obstacle standing in between you and SP. Because if you see them as an obstacle and a reason why you and SP are not together, then it has to stay in play. I won't elaborate on that part. But I leverage everything. Yeah. Anyway, did you ever talk about seeing the opposite in the 3D and if it means something? No. I mean, if you see the opposite in the 3D, what do you want it to mean? Okay? Like, what do you want it to mean? Okay, because here's the thing, is everything, no matter what you see in the 3D, nothing has a meaning until you give it a meaning. So instead of giving it negative meaning, like they've moved on, or they look happy, like all this bullshit, okay? The meaning you should give everything is, my manifestation is coming, bitch, it's here. Yeah, my manifestation is right around that corner. It's here, it's coming quick. Because nothing has meaning until you give it a meaning. And that's true because when you're focused on what you want, right? And you're focused on what you want, you oftentimes may not guess the how. But that's okay because the how is not up to you. I would not in a million years have guessed the how. Ever. Not one. I could have ran through 15,000 scenarios about how I would get the last part of my manifestation. I would have never guessed because that would have never been one at all, because you need to know that it doesn't matter. So things could in your 3D. This is why I always say stop reacting to the 3D, because things could in the 3D reflect what looks like the opposite. Okay, what looks like the opposite. But But whatever has to happen for you to get your manifestation is exactly what's going to happen, even if it looks unfavorable to you in the moment. Okay. I didn't do this because I didn't know this. Okay. I didn't know this. Okay. But when I was back in, that's why I'm here to teach you that, because when I was back in a contact with my SP, this is why I tell you fucking guys to stop reacting to everything. If you would just do what I say and stop questioning everything, just do it. Oh, trust me, all of the confirmation, because I never questioned anything. I just did. And I gave meaning to everything. I didn't give a fuck what it looked like. I didn't care what it looked like. I gave the meaning that I wanted to have. Did I know what I was doing at the time? No, but that's just my stubborn behavior. Where I'm just like, oh yeah, this is what that means. Oh, this is where he's going. This is where, even we're in no contact, this is where he's going today. Was I right? I don't know. But if that meant he went to Costco 55,000 times, that's what that meant. That's what the fuck that meant. Okay. But I didn't question shit. I just did. And then when I came back, did I see movement in the 3D at the time before contact? No, I did not. However, when we got back in a contact, do you care to guess what was confirmed to me without me asking? All the shit that was going on behind the scenes that I had no idea about. So why are you spending all this time why are you wasting your time questioning shit when it's all playing out perfectly behind the scenes? All this movement is happening perfectly behind the scenes. You just don't know it until contact is broken. And then they start confirming and confirming and confirming everything you wanted. But they can't do that shit if you just keep going against it and questioning every fucking waking second of the day. Can they? No. You either have it now or you don't, right? That's the same thing as just decide. That's the same thing as just decide. It's not a question of you either have it now or you don't. It's a question of you just do it. Hold the fuck on. Hold on. Everyone shut up, I'm reading this. Hold on. Keep going, Courtney. I want the update. Bitch. Come on. Live on a cliffhanger. That's an open loop. Okay. Gabriel, what about if you are in contact with SP? Okay. So when you're in contact with SP, this is where you have to do things differently. You need to learn to shut up, right? No need to verbalize. We internalize. Okay. There should be no argument at all. No massive disagreement, none of that shit. Because whatever they say, you're like, all right, cool. All right, I get it. You're not saying that shit in here. In here, you're like, no, this is what I will do for you. This is what I want from you. This is what you will do. Thank you very much. So, and then it's their idea and they do it, right? Whenever you verbalize anything, it's a command. No one likes being told what to do. So instead you internalize and change your mind and they push it out. Okay. So there's that part. Second is you want to you want to break patterns when they arise. So if you find yourself thinking, like let's say he texts you all day, every day, and then all of a sudden you don't hear from him for 6 hours, right? So if you find yourself thinking like, he's done this before. Oh crap, is he going to ghost me again? And the word again pops up, or before, he's done this before, any of that stuff, then you know this is a pattern. So this is your chance to break it. So this is where you say, oh, absolutely not. He's going to text me right now. He's just busy. He's going to text me back right now. Okay. Control the inner conversation about it, because the only reason why it doesn't change favorably is because you go against it. Okay. So there's that part. And enjoy the conversation. No need to talk about the past. No need to verbalize shit, problems that you have with them. No need to bitch, all that stuff. But enjoy being in contact with your SP. I never went against that. Like, I never read into shit. I'm not a confrontational person in the first and foremost. If you think I'm going to waste energy arguing with somebody, I'm not going to do that. So I've always been that person. I've always like been positive, like let me be there for you type of person. And because of that, it always has gone my way. It always goes my way. Like literally. Hey, what's up? Hello? Hold the questions real quick. Oh, I know you love to argue, Taylor. But you're really good about changing the shit in here. Okay, so you don't have to reason why he hasn't yet. I think just stay in your concept. You have him. That sounds good. But if you would enjoy the conversations, if you guys would enjoy the shit, like literally enjoy, you'd be amazed at how different your relationships go. You'd be amazed at how different your relationships go. If you would just be, perfect fucking girlfriend instead of private investigator and a headache to them. They don't like that shit. They don't need a therapist. They don't need a mom. They don't need they don't need somebody that they have to take ibuprofen just to deal with. Okay? They don't want to be stressed out. They don't need any of that shit in a relationship. Relationships are supposed to be amazing. So why would you want to create chaos in their life when your job is to be perfect girlfriend and know your value and create perfect boyfriend? And guess what? You have one oodle harmonious, beautiful relationship. But that requires discipline for a lot of people. Okay. Candy Lena, do you want the whole truth and nothing but the truth? You haven't been doing shit for 2 years. You haven't been doing anything for 2 years. But probably going down law of attraction bullshit rabbit hole and listening to endless creators and trying endless fucking techniques. That's probably what you've been doing. Overcomplicating things. I'm here to simplify. It's not about techniques. It's not about all that stuff. You can literally get contact from your SP tomorrow. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. Okay? But you haven't been doing shit for 2 years. Because manifestation is very quick. It's very quick. Okay? But all you've been doing is wavering, trying techniques, telling yourself it's not working, telling yourself consistently you're not seeing any movement, probably bitching about them in your mind all the time, over and over and over again, all this shit. Boom, Courtney. What? What was that? A whole, let's see here, 8, 9, 10. We're at 3.5 hours later. I love that. Imagine what's going to happen during the cottage trip now. See how quickly? Candy Lena? Take Courtney as an example, okay? When we started working together and she started listening to taking my advice, she went from no contact to going out of town with her boyfriend to him just committing in a week and a half. So, and it's all about your inner conversations. Thanks, Sharon. Hey, you should, Gabriel. Why not? Have fun. Have fun, Gabrielle. Have fun. Courtney's fucking awesome. I'm telling you. Like, she's probably taken the cake here. Not like, we're in competition or anything. But she's probably taken the whole ass lead on someone who has gotten like the biggest turnaround quickly. But she's now taking each part that she sees changing and is like, oh, pop that shit in, change this shit, change this shit, change this shit. And man, she is on fire. He's not going to recognize you, at least with a butterfly, and he's coming back in contact right now. What the fuck is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Fake tarot card readers. I fucking love that shit for us. Fake tarot card readers. Be careful who you're watching. Tarot card readers and all that shit on spellcasters, all that. Be very careful who you're hiring if you're not going to take my advice and hire them. Be very careful who you're dealing with. Seriously. Because there's a lot of scammers on there. Be careful. Catherine, what does working with me look like? Working with me looks like an amazing experience. It is actually. I don't ghost you. I don't do all that. Like, it's weird where people, because I care about you. And so, do I way over deliver? Sure. Is it good for business? No. But do I care? No. I'm an acquired taste. But it depends on what you would want. If you want one-on-one coaching with me, I'm great at what I do. I'm great at finding out the problem and getting you to fix it. And then getting you to understand where you went wrong so that you can, get it right. Okay. And evolve and have a great relationship and really hone in on your power. Okay. And get, the results Courtney's getting, because she does. She does what I say. She literally does. She's like, oh, that's a good one. Okay, I'm doing that. Okay. Because you know what she's also done? I'm telling you, she takes all of my advice. She also puts on investigative reporter cap. And she listens. And then she brings it to me. And we talk about it and we flip it. Okay. If you want me to manifest for you, it also includes a coaching call with me where we recreate your SPA. That's a given on all stuff. Plus you get access to my WhatsApp community. And where you also get support there too. I get to work. Okay. Courtney by far is my fastest manifest for me success. She got contact same day. And then learned how to play her part. Okay. So it works harmonious. Okay. Is this a partnership? And so I teach you how to play your part. It's a very simple role. And then I get and then you report back movement. And then we pick up from there. And the link is in the bio, girlfriend. Our links are in the bio. Courtney's on a massive roll. Somebody asked if I'm a tarot card reader. Yes, I am. I don't understand. I won't. Patriot Vibes, I can't vouch for someone's stuff I've never done. Okay. So I won't be like, yeah, this person's amazing if I haven't ever done her shit. Right. So if I've never done something from somebody and gotten a result, I won't vouch for their stuff. But if I did it and got a result, I'll vouch for their stuff. I have no problem doing that. But I think you don't need a spell or none of that shit. Because for what? No one is in charge. In my opinion, that's manipulation. I'm talking specifically spells. And the reason I think it's manipulation is because they are literally getting you to think that you're not in control. That you're not in control. They're getting you to believe, they're getting you to actually give someone else permission to change your reality. Seriously? Seriously. And again, my problem with spells is if the spell itself worked, logically speaking, because everything has to make sense, if the spell actually worked, then they should be able to prove that they have a 100% success rate. 100%, right? If it worked, right? So they should be able to be like, yeah, I cast, if they're claiming they're casting the spell themselves and not telling you what to do, then they should be able to show endless testimonials. And if they can't do that, well, then who? And they'll blame the client. Okay. Well, I did the spell. They didn't do what were they supposed to do? Because if they had to do something like that, then the spell didn't work. You see what I'm saying? So that's my thing. Gabrielle, 1000%. They always feed off desperation. Always feeds off desperation. Because they know. They're not stupid. They're not stupid. They know exactly what you're going to them. Like, yeah. Oh, I already told you the results my Courtney got. That is very true. Yeah. I'm telling you, she's amazing. I did not, Mima, see your question because some people be spamming the shit out of here so that it pushes them all down. Awesome, Catherine. Let's get your shit, girl. Let's get it, sister. I have to post. She made it too long of a success story. I might have to cut it up into two different. So, Courtney, before you leave for your fucking little cottage getaway with your boyfriend, can you leave me a one paragraph testimonial about the recap of shit in the success story so we can inspire everybody else to be like, damn, like she's on fire. And I'm telling you, one of the biggest parts of that is certainty, confidence, knowing, just certainty. When you do that, you want to know what happens? What the fuck is a hot topic in the WhatsApp group? Spells? No. Spells should not be a hot topic in my fucking community because everybody knows where the hell I stand on them. And I know you guys got all down that fucking stupid ass rabbit hole when it came to the new moon. Well, for all of you that did the new moon spell casting, how'd that fucking work? You know that it isn't that shit. It's the assumption of it, right? That's the only reason why spells work. So you know what? I fucking told you guys that I was here to save you a shit ton of money. It was definitely on the new moon. On the new moon, that shit was all spell topics. I saw it. I told you I'm here to save you a lot of money. You're gonna sit there and just grab a little glass jar, or if you're like not Courtney, if you're like Taylor, you can grab like a tub that you put like face cream in and shit. Okay, just go ahead, fill it with water. Want to put a little cinnamon on there? That's fine. Little rose petals, whatever. Go ahead, shake that bad boy up, and be like, "Yep, it's working." That is my solution. That spell's fucking working. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Job done. You just created a spell, and do you want to know how much it cost you? Nothing. Nothing. And then just be like, yep, this is my solution. But remember, that's why the spell doesn't work. Because what they fail to tell you is that you have to create the assumption first. So until you can't just be like, yeah, this is going to work. And then think against it the fucking whole time. Like, is it working? I don't know. Is it working? You can't do that. That's right. That's right. You gotta say it. You gotta have their name and your name with an infinity symbol around it. Draw it 3 times, bitch. 3 times. It must be in blue ink. 3 times. And then fold it towards you because you want to bring it into you. I'm serious. They have us out here looking fucking stupid. Ayana, shut the fuck up. It was a joke. But if you want to make a spell, sure, go ahead. Fill a container, any container. Should be glass, as they say, with water. And then go ahead and sprinkle some cinnamon on that bad boy. So it smells nice. And then close the lid. And then be like, yes. That's a solution. This is it. This is fucking it. This is going to work. This is going to work. Exactly, Taylor. Taylor has a honey jar. So if you want the recipe for the honey jar, blow Taylor shit up. I'm just kidding, Taylor. But it's the assumption of the thing. Yeah, carry it around. It's the assumption of the shit that's working, okay? And if you have any fucking thing, you should probably, like, yeah, if you did any right now, if you guys did anything before you learned about the law of assumption, okay? Before you learned about this stuff or met me, if you did anything that stupid people told you to do, like cast spells and write shit on paper and do all that shit, I want you to remember where you put, if you still have any of that stuff, please throw it away. Please do that. I've had 2 people now get caught. Taylor would be one. Seriously. And throw it away. Throw it away. Because she's one. Because if you get caught, it backfires, right? I'm sure he did it. It's not like you have one. It's not like you have a label on the side. That shit would have been dynamite if you had a label on the side where you were like, had his name on it. But get rid of it, okay? Or like somebody said, go dig that shit into the fucking dirt, okay? Do something. Because if you don't, I'm telling you, if they find that shit, they're going to assume that you're like doing witchcraft on them. You're a spellcaster, like you're demonic. They're going to assume all the bad shit. I've had confirmation of this, okay? So you don't want that. So you're going to get rid of it because 1, it's stupid. Yeah, Linda, you got to bury it all over the place. You're like, fuck, where'd I put that shit? But 1, the problem you're gonna have is they're gonna read into that in a wrong light. And 2, the joke is on you because you know that shit didn't even fucking work. So it's like, okay, so now I'm being blamed for something, even though that's not the shit that actually worked. It was actually what I did that worked. Yeah, Taylor. That's because you and your boyfriend have a very funny relationship, which is what I love. Okay. Last question before we do the photo method and the cord cutting. Gabrielle, what exactly do I mean by don't verbalize, internalize? So they say, so like, let's say you have a problem with them. What up, Mariah, girlfriend? And instead of being like, look, you know what? Like, you need to communicate better with me. Like, why didn't you text me all fucking day? Like, things like that. Instead, it's like, shh, in here, they communicate everything with me. They literally we have the best conversations. They cannot stop talking to me. They literally answer every freaking text all the time, immediately. Right? So instead, we're not verbalizing. So it's not like, so let's say he says something you don't like. So instead of, again, verbalizing the opposite, like, I don't know why you feel that way. Like he says, I just feel like you, like, God, you're just so dramatic sometimes. And you're like, you know what? I don't know why the fuck you feel that way, because this, that, then, see what I'm saying? Instead, it's like, in here. He is always love bombing the shit out of me. He thinks I'm absolutely fucking amazing. Like, literally, this man thinks I am the most peaceful person in the world in his life. Like, I'm his safe space. Like, literally, I bring him nothing but peace. Okay? So instead of getting on the defensive, instead of getting all in your shit and being like, wah, 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 wah. I need this from you. I need that from you. You're doing this wrong. You're doing that wrong. Change it in your mind. He says something you don't like, you're like, okay, I got it. Change it in your mind. See what I'm saying? So instead of verbalizing it, okay? Because that's also one of the things that she said, excuse me, that Courtney said was very freeing for her, is that it's like, because it also brings more peace into your life, if you think about it, right? It brings so much. Oh, guys, hold on one sec. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's what she said was like more, that's the freeing part, right? Is it's like, I don't need to verbalize and argue. I don't need to do any of that stuff because, one, you don't feel good after, right? Now you're just pissed off. Everybody's fucking pissed off. You don't feel good. Things don't pan out the way you wanted them to. You know what I'm saying? And then now because every time you verbalize, they pull back. They pull back. If you're verbalizing negative stuff, okay? I'm not saying don't talk to your SB, but if you verbalize negative stuff for things that they're not doing, they pull back every time. They get on the defense, just like you would if the roles were reversed. So she felt very freeing in the fact that she's like, and on top of that, when you verbalize, oftentimes it goes on deaf ears, right? This is where they say it falls on deaf ears. That's where that saying comes from, because they don't do it any fucking way. Now they're pissed. Now you're pissed off and annoyed because you're like, I don't even know why I tell you things anymore because it's not like you listen. Why do people say that? Because, oh no, their ears work. They listen. They just don't do. And that defeats the purpose. What do you think? I'm going to tell you shit over and over again like you're a child? and you still don't do it? Nah. When you internalize, it becomes their idea. It's thought transmission, right? So now it becomes their idea. They're happy to do it. They're happy to do it. So they're automatically doing the things that you want. And you were able to save your breath. You weren't frustrated. And you actually got what you want for them to do what you wanted them to do. There's a difference, right? Alrighty. Ooh, Blue Mix, you're going on a date, but you're nervous. I haven't seen him in 2 years and lost 30 pounds. What the fuck are you nervous about? You feel like it's going to be awkward? I don't know. What should I do? Why don't you control how this date's going to go? So instead of being nervous, be like, actually, I'm super excited. This date is going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's going to be completely perfect. In fact, it's just going to be so natural and we're just going to feel so connected, right? Things like that. I don't know why people always want to co-host. Maybe I will one day and we'll find out what the fuck they want to say. Because if they want to debate, well, I do love a debate. I literally took a speech debate class in college. No, I didn't graduate college, but I took one in college. I took everything but math. And then they were like, you need, because I hate math. My daughter was asking me math questions at dinner last night. And I'm like, I have a fucking headache. Stop asking me math questions. I don't know. I don't know what 2 times 4 square is. Do I need to know that as an adult? No. I feel like all they do is waste your time for 12 fucking years. Well, no, not really. For like 8 years. I think what they learn in elementary school, to be quite frank, is more important than anything they learn in junior high and high school. Sorry, it's not called junior high anymore. It's called middle school. So, there's that. Anyway, so I needed 2 years of math because I rushed through my SATs. And they were like, they had me going to math where I was learning how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And can you tell me why I was the youngest one in the entire place? Everyone's like 60. I'm like, really? And so they were like, I said, I'm out of here. I know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. I'm not going to do this. They were like, well, you can retest. No, you said I need 2 years of math. I'm good. So I have all credits except for 2 years of math. And I'm like, nope, college is not for me. I'm not about this college life. But I joke with my dad and tell him I'm going back to school because every time he like spoils my daughter, spoils her rotten. She could do no wrong. I'm telling you. Literally. I got so annoyed when it was just me, my daughter, and my dad at PF Chang's. And my daughter sits at the end of the booth. I'm like, scoot your little ass into the middle of the booth. My dad's like, she doesn't like sitting in the middle of the booth. The fuck? She has a preference. The fuck? She's 14. A preference. And then she's got this big ass shopping bag because we went shopping. They gave her this big ass fucking bag for one little dress. And I was like, seriously, you have nothing smaller? But it worked out because it held everything else. And I was like, put that shit, since you got so much room, put that shit on the floor. My dad takes the bag and shoves it in between me and him. And I was like, you got me all the way fucked up. And I put that shit on the floor. I was like, you guys, like, who's the adult here? Not when my mom gets out of the front seat when they pick, this is how bad it is. When my parents pick up my daughter to take her somewhere, my mom gets out of the front seat and into the back seat so my daughter can sit in the fucking front. Whenever she's in my fucking car and she's like, well, I want to sit in the front seat. I was like, yeah, sit in the back where children go. Thank you very much. There's another whole ass adult. Why would I have the adult sit in the back seat So anyway, I just was like, you are crazy. But my dad is always like, she totally is. She totally manifests that treatment because she doesn't question it. She don't doubt. She knows. She absolutely knows. Because I'm just like, this is wild. I don't even like going out with all of them because I was like, I cannot with you guys. But I'm like, why? I'm like, so I said, you forget I'm your child, right? He goes, yeah, but he goes, go back to school and get straight A's and then I'll spoil you. And I was like, I'm going to go back to school I'm going to take one class only. I'm going to get a straight A on that one and be like, spoil me. You didn't say I had to go full time, bitch. I'm going to find the stupidest class in the world and be like, graduated. Straight A. Dr. Xtina. Oh yeah, we got to get through this exercise. Is there a money back guarantee? No, that's not the way the reality works because I can't take back my energy. Okay. I literally cannot take back my energy. However, I am not the same as everybody else. Okay. So I do not, that's a good one. That's a good one, Tailfeather. Oh, there you go, golf class. No, because here's the thing. There's an easy out. This is business 101 too. Okay. Whenever I would coach my entrepreneurs, clients, I would always tell them, you don't do money back guarantees. You do results. Okay. And the reason for that is because if you know you can get your money back, then what motivation do you have to do any fucking thing, to do anything? On top of that, I can't take back my energy and all that shit either. Okay. On top of that, I can't make you do what you're supposed to do. If you did like one-on-one coaching, I can't make you do it. I'll tell you exactly what to do. And if you would do exactly what I tell you to do, you'll get results. You'll get results. I literally have, I told you guys right here, I got 3 TikTok messages from somebody and said, somebody's trying to log into Google. So, I just had somebody leave 3 messages on my TikTok DMs. If you don't believe me, I'll screenshot them and I don't have to not prove shit. I'll screenshot and put them on my stories today where she said, I did exactly what you said. No contact, broken. And he told her he misses her, wants to see her. And she's like, what the hell? That's right. That's right. No, Nadine. Hold the fuck on. No. Yeah, no one encouraged Nadine to send a goddamn message at all. Not today, Nadine. Not today. And the reason why you can never send a message to your SP, and this is why the only way, and if you have to be honest with yourself though, you can't lie to yourself. Okay. Is you are not ready until you will not react if he didn't respond. And you know damn well, bitch, that you are not there yet. So until you can know for sure and you're honest with yourself, you're like, no, I know, I won't give a shit. I know he's going to respond. I know he is. And if he didn't, you still don't care and are unaffected and unbothered by it, then great. But be honest with yourself. And what the fuck would that message be? To Nadine. You have to know. Whoa. You have to know that he's welcome, Dr. Xtina. You're going to love it here. We're like family around here. We have a rockin' good time, and I know who each person is. So, if you think you're going to come on here 3 weeks later and ask me the same bullshit over and over and over again, I'll call you out all day long. That's just what I do here. Sometimes I always coach you and help you and answer your questions. And then I also very often yell and scream at you as well. Because how the fuck else am I supposed to get you help? Okay. That's how I help. I literally had a coaching call, I think it was yesterday, and she was like, I had never met you, and I booked a coaching call with you. She goes, I asked one question. She goes, I never met you, and I asked one. She goes, I had joined your live for the first time, and I asked one question, and you went off on my ass for like a good minute. And she was like, yep, I'm in the right place. That's who I need to work with because she's going to cuss my ass out if I need to. I mean, sometimes I'm exhausted after that, but you know what? We got to do what we got to do. How else do you get results? You know what I mean? So Nadine, what up, kitty cat? How long does it take to manifest your SP? I'd have to know some context between you and your SP, but it doesn't take long. I would never tell you. I would never create an assumption. If anybody does, click off the video. Manifestation is instant. Okay, it's very quick. Okay, you can see a total, complete turnaround the same day. If you do what I say, if you do exactly what I say. It's not a lot of work. It's very easy. I simplify the process. But the only reason why it takes a lot more time is because they are lacking the discipline in their mind. They are lacking the ability to not waver over and over again and get their panties in a fucking bunch and question fucking everything under the sun. That's what they do. And they react, and they react, and then they react, and then they react, and then they react, and then they react. And then they wonder why their shit slides back over and over and over again. So I'm not here to just help you manifest your SP back because I've done it. Okay. I manifested my SP back from no contact to living with me in 4 weeks. Okay. So I have refined the process for everybody. And I only teach what works because I've done it. Okay. Manifesting an SP is not the same as manifesting one back. So I don't just teach you how to manifest them back. I teach you how to keep them. Okay. And I teach you how to keep them and have the best relationship ever, because if you can manifest them back, but if you don't evolve as a person, if you don't do things differently in your relationship, then your relationship is going to end the same way it did the first time because you haven't changed. All right. No more questions for now. Oh yeah, Catherine. If you booked a call on my calendar, just shoot me a text. Shoot me a text. Okay. All right. Now, do this, Catherine. Okay. We're going to do the cord cutting. Okay. So get in a comfy place. You got like 2 hot ass seconds to get in a comfy little place. Okay. We're going to cut the cord with your SP. And now you are only cutting the energy cord from your third eye only. Their cord stays in contact with your SP. Okay. The cord doesn't leave from them. Okay. They're still in touch. You're only cutting it from your side because you're not cutting the entire energy between you and your SP. What you're doing is you're clearing the energy. So it's a nice, yes, you can, doctor. Yeah, you can, DeRiz. So it's a nice fresh energy that you have with your SP, okay? Because the fact is they will think about you, and they will think about you very quickly. And I know this because, many people have attested to that on here. They've also gotten contact from their SPs on here by doing this alone. And then also, I mean, I guess technically I got contact, but I was just cutting cords with my ex-boyfriends. And so I did this with an ex that I hadn't talked to in 8 years. He was my last relationship. And I cut the cord. 72 hours later, he calls me and he's like, hey, I was just thinking about you. How you doing? I was like, eee. Okay. So if you asked if you have more than one SP, what you're going to do is instead of doing the whole thing for each one, instead of seeing a shadowy figure in the back of the light, you would see 2 of them. You would call them up each one at a time. Okay, so they come up one at a time. You ask and you do the same things that I walk you through. And it's like you have 2 cords that run from your third eye into theirs. Okay, and then you cut it and they both float away. Okay, 1,000%, Lisa. 1,000%. I just told a story where she got contact from no contact at same day. Not hard. It's called discipline. Okay. So, all right. Now I want you to close your eyes and I want you to breathe for a minute, okay? We're not going to go. I want you just to release the tension. Relax, 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 okay? Just let the worries go, okay? Just let the worries go for a few minutes. All right. Now, I want you to take 3 deep breaths in and out through your nose with your eyes closed. And as you do that, I want you to imagine that you're in an amphitheater. It's dark outside. You're sitting in the middle of this amphitheater. There's no one there. You're alone. And in front of you, there's a giant stage. And on this stage, there's a single stage light that runs from the ceiling down to the center of the stage. Now, I want you to shift your focus into the light for just a minute. And as you're focused on the stage light itself, you start to realize that you're actually not alone. In fact, you notice that off in the distance, in the back of the stage, out of the light, you notice a dark, shadowy figure. And as you begin to now shift your focus from the stage light to the center of the stage, to the shadowy figure, you start to notice that that person is your SP. So I want you to you're going to say their name, and I want you to call them into the center of the stage and into the light. Do that now. Now, as they begin to step into the light, into the center of the stage, you start to notice their facial features, their physical features. You also notice a gold cord that runs from the center of your third eye directly into their third eye. Now, I want you to ask your SP these 2 questions, and I want you to hear them respond. If you cannot hear their voice, that's okay. I want you to ask your SP right now, do you support me? Hear them tell you yes. Now ask your SP, do you love me? Also hear them tell you yes. Now I want you to say these 4 phrases to your SP. This time, you're not going to hear them respond, and that's okay. I want you to look at your SP in their eyes, and I want you to say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Now I want you to reach up with your hands as if they're a pair of scissors, and I want you to cut the gold cord that runs from your third eye only, leaving the gold cord intact to your SP. And as that cord begins to fall to the floor, I want you to reach up with your other hand, and I just want you to grab the roots of that gold cord out of your third eye and just toss them aside. And as the gold cord continues to fall to the floor, your SP starts to float away like a balloon. And they get farther and farther, and they get smaller and smaller, and they get farther and farther, and smaller and smaller, and farther and farther, and smaller and farther, until they just disappear. Now, take one more deep breath in and out, and open your eyes. All right. Now you must know that they are going to think that they will think about you. They will pop into your mind. That is the whole point of this. This time their thought about you is different. No more old energy, only positive, good energy. Okay. Now, grab the photos of your SP out because we got to get busy. Time is of the essence, bitches. So I want you to grab the photos of your SP out right now. Good, Gabriel. Good. Now, I want you to go back in time. Okay, because the reality is, even though the version of your SP at the end of your relationship is not the same person that he was in the beginning of your relationship, the fact is you also were not the same at the end of your relationship than you were in the beginning of your relationship. Because oftentimes our identities change when we're in a relationship. Priya, I suggest you do it first person. Okay. Through your eyes. Okay. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So often our identities change in our relationships to match our relationships. Also, we also get insecurities created within us because of our relationships. Okay. So this is what led to the breakup. So we're going to go back in time, dip an old story for a moment. I want you to go back to the beginning of your relationship, to the very, very beginning of your relationship. And I want you to remember who you were. Who were you as a woman or as a man? You had some confidence about you. You had confidence within you. Okay. You had some kind of assurity, certainty within yourself. You knew exactly who the fuck you were. You didn't need anyone to validate who you were as a person. You knew. You were fine being single because you knew who you were. Okay? You were that badass bitch, that badass man. That when you met your SP, sure, maybe you wanted a relationship with your SP, but you certainly didn't need one. You were fine without one. Because you had a confidence level about you. You knew about yourself. No one defined who you were as a person. I need you to go back to that version of who you were. And I need you to step into that version of who you were right now. Because that version of who you were is what caused your SP to chase you, to pursue you, to be attracted to you, to want to talk to you, was constantly trying to get your fucking attention, who they wanted to talk to you all the time. Okay, that version of you is who your SP talked to all day, every day, who wanted to see you every waking second that they got. Okay, that version of you is what they wanted a relationship with you. That version of you is who they fell in love with. I need you to become that version of you, just the 2.0 version of you, the evolved version of you. Do that now. Okay, no more version of you exists other than that confident, secure person that you were in the beginning of your relationship. Now, I want you to fast forward in your relationship to a time in your relationship when everything was perfect. They were checking all the fucking boxes. Like they were your person. I want you to remember who they were for you. Who were they as a person for you? How did they treat you? How did they make you feel? Because that version of your SP is who you fell in love with, who you didn't question anything. You didn't question how they felt about you, not 1 second. You didn't question if you were going to hear from them that day. You knew you would. You knew that they would constantly come and spend time with you, and therefore they did. You didn't question their feelings for you, therefore you got in a relationship with them. I need you to remember that version of your SP. And I want you to bring that version, hold on to that version. Because right now, from now moving forward, no other version of your SP exists except for that version of him and that version of you. Those are the only two versions of that exist from this point moving forward. Because remember, realities are always blending, okay? They're always blending. And so because of that, you have to understand that that version of you and that version of your SP fell in love with each other, loved each other, held each other's hearts. So if you want this relationship, you must adapt and persist in those versions only. Forget everything else. That doesn't matter anymore. Because the reality is, since you have last spoken or seen your SP, they have not stopped thinking about you. Every time you think about them or random memories pop into your head or random thoughts come and just pop into your head, that is because they are thinking about you too. They have been thinking about you ever since they last saw you, ever since they last talked to you. They've done nothing but think about you. That's how thought transmission works. When you think about them, they are thinking about you. And when they're thinking about you, you're thinking about them. That's why you have to try to not think about them, because they're constantly thinking about you. Okay? They have been wanting to send a text message. They have written a text message to you and looked at that call button every single fucking day. Every day. You think you're blocked because they don't want to talk to you? No. I got news for you. You low-key got a stalker, bitch. Okay? Because they've been checking out your profile all day, every day. They're constantly checking out your profile. They just don't want you to know it. They have looked at their photo, at your photo gallery, because they have looked at the gallery in their phone every single day, going down memory lane after memory lane of all the memories that you had, looking at your pictures together every day. They have wanted to contact you. They have wanted to come and see you. They have wanted to be with you and tell you everything that you've wanted to hear over and over and over again. But the only reason why they haven't reached out to you, the only reason why they haven't told you what you want to hear, the only reason why they haven't came to see you is because you haven't allowed them to. So right now, you are going to now allow them to contact you. Allow them to be that version of you that you deserve. Allow them to love you again. Allow them to come and see you. Allow them to tell you how they feel about you. Now is that time. And if you did what I said and you select the version of you that you were in the beginning of your relationship, and if you selected the version of your SP that you never questioned anything with, they will contact you. Because they contacted you all the time back then. You didn't question the shit at all. You were just being. You just knew that you would hear from them. Why wouldn't you? Because you also knew how they felt about you. That needs to come back right now. Okay? Okay. Now, if you are new here, I need you to put on your crown. If you are not new here, I need you to straighten your crown and do it now. Because here we get what we want and we get it when we want it. We don't wait for shit. When queens and kings give a command, do they question, wonder, worry, doubt, check to see if their command was fulfilled? No. When queens and kings give a command, they know, they expect. What up, Shiloh? Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. They know and they expect that their command will be fulfilled. Why wouldn't it? They're the queen. They're the king. What they say goes. There's nothing to question. There's nothing to check. There's none of that shit needed. For what? You are the queen and the king of your reality. What you also say goes. There's nothing to question. There's nothing to check. All right, bitch? All right. Now, you have your SP's photos out. If you are in no contact, and I don't give a shit about a circumstance. If you are in no contact with your SP, or you are in contact with your SP, but it is not consistent contact, then what you're going to do is you're going to tell them to contact you. If you're alone, say it out loud. I like to say it out loud because it's queens and kings. Do they sit there and be like, "You're going to contact me right now"? I have one at the current second, but I need to get a larger one. No, they don't. When queens and kings give a command, it's channel your inner queen of hearts, bitch. It's certainty. It's a certainty. That's a command, okay? So if you're not alone, though, say it in your mind. Don't look like a wacko, okay? All right. So you're going to tell them to contact you. You can say you're contacting me, calling me, or texting me. Doesn't matter. However they would naturally reach out to you is exactly how they'll reach out to you, okay? So you can say, you're texting me right now. You are texting me right now. You are texting me right now. Maybe I only have one girlfriend. I need a bigger one, though. Okay. Now, if you are in consistent contact with your SP, then what you're going to do is you can tell them they're contacting you right now, or you can tell them they're coming to see you today. You're coming to see me today. You are coming to see me today. You are coming to see me today. Now, if you're in any of the ships, friendship, situationship, relationship, marriage ship, any of those ships, then what you're going to do is you have choices. You can say you're contacting me right now. You're coming to see me today, or you can tell them, or you can have fun with it. You can sit there and say, you're cooking me dinner tonight. You're buying me dinner tonight. You're buying me flowers today. You're bringing me flowers today. You're freaking gonna give me a massage tonight. You're rubbing my feet tonight. You're writing me a bath, but you're lighting candles tonight. You're gonna serenade me tonight. You're having sexy time with me tonight. Whatever you want. You're sleeping in my bed tonight. I don't give a fuck. Whatever you want. Okay. All right. Now I got to go to the ladies' room. So I'm going to put you on a brief hold. It's only going to be, because of time, it's only going to be like 2 or 3 minutes. I want you to get busy, okay? I want you to know and start expecting something different from your SPs. You need to expect perfect boyfriend behavior and stop questioning shit that they do. Don't question anything. Give your command right now and know. Just know. Just be. And know that they're going to contact you. All right? All right. All right. So now you're just going to relax, and you're going to live in the knowing that you're going to get what you want. You're going to get what you deserve. Do you understand? You have the power to turn things around instantly. I have a client right now who sent me a text this morning and was like, I have a lot of clients that English is not their first language. It's okay. It's okay. I have a client who verbalized too much, and he said all kinds of shit to her. And she's like, I'm having anxiety right now. I don't know what to do. How do I flip this? How do I flip this? How do I flip this? And so I took what she said, and I do voice notes. It's just my shit. Long text, not my shit. So I verbalized in a voice note how to flip it, what she needed to do. On this live, she just sent me a text that said he just texted her and apologized. When that wasn't the tune that he was singing 6-7 hours ago. He apologized. That's what it takes. That's all it takes. I'm good at it. What can I say? I am. It's a superpower of mine, if you will. Excuse me, why? Okay. It is. It's a superpower of mine because it's all about what do you want it to mean? Like, come on. Bring it on back. You know what I'm saying? And then they get their shit because that's what we're here to do. I lose patience when you don't get your shit. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. All right? Okay. So obviously, I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, I always put them on the tube of you. Okay, YouTube. So you can head on over there, subscribe while you're there, watch the replays. Okay, also, if you, if you're interested in having me manifest your recipe for you or you want one-on-one coaching with me, all links are in my bio, okay? You can join my WhatsApp group. It's all in my bio. Okay, I do text coaching. I do guided meditations, hypnosis recordings, all the fucking things, okay? All the things I have to offer you. I try to make it easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as simple as possible for you to get your shit, okay? I've been teaching this since the beginning of February, and because I did a Valentine's Day challenge with people, and the amount of testimonials I have don't even compare to people who've been teaching this shit for years. Okay, there's success stories being posted literally daily in our WhatsApp group because that's what we do here. Okay. All right, I don't need to make shit up. I know my truth and I keep receipts. So there's that. Anyway, back to the topic. Now, here's what I need you guys to do. Here's what I need you to commit to. I need you to honestly commit to not questioning a fucking thing. Don't question anything. Okay? Somebody said that should be your number one priority. I'm not questioning shit. I don't need to question shit at all anymore. Because I was on the phone with a client, right? She's getting movement. And she's like, I did your don't question shit challenge. And she's like, and it's working. She's like, so you know what I learned? I'm not going to question shit anymore. That's her anthem now. Don't question shit. Don't even question shit. There's nothing to question. Okay, you guys question so much over and over and over again. And all you're doing is wasting time. If you would just control your inner conversations about how you see, if you would select the version of your recipe that you want, control your inner conversations and flip that shit and do all the stuff I tell you to do daily, you'll get movement from your SP. If you're not, it's because you're not listening and taking my advice. Okay? This is why people book one-on-one calls with me, because everyone has a different situation. Everyone's situation is different. If you want to know, then send me a DM. Okay? I hate the fact that I can only leave 1 minute voice notes on there. But that's where they want to jump on and discuss their situation, recreate their SP, because I ask certain questions, okay? And I let you guys talk. And then we fix. Because a superpower of mine is listening to your language, okay? This is my background, is a study of the mind. And by doing that, I listen to your language, okay? And you guys will say certain things, and then I'm like, do you know where that's saying? Okay, let me. I was like, all right, have you been listening to shit I've been saying, right? So then we fix that, okay? That's right. But here's the thing. No. I'm gonna help. No, Dr. Xena. That's not what you're gonna tell yourself, okay? He's texting you today and he's gonna tell you everything that you want to hear. That's it. That's all. Because here's the thing. He can't see that he made a mistake until you acknowledge that that was the case. Okay? You don't want him to say that he was scared, because as long as you assume he's scared, he has to stay scared. Okay? And he could tell you he loves you and never want to be with you. Do you know how many clients I've had that's exactly what they were told when they were broken up? I love you, but the fuck? No. Clients I've had that's exactly what they were told when they were broken up. I love you, but the fuck? Nah. So instead, you know what you want to hear. So that's all you need to tell yourself. No, he's going to text me right now and he's telling me every fucking thing I want to hear. You have to know how people feel about you. You have to know that, okay? There's all these different things you need to do. Okay? Exactly. Now you got it. Okay? Because you wouldn't seek... Okay, here's the thing. You guys need to understand that if any of you are seeking an apology, I have news for you. If any of you are seeking an apology or wanting an apology, it is because you are not over it. You're not over it. But if you would get over it and understand you're the one that created this shit, you wouldn't need an apology. Also, if you're selecting the version of your SP that you want them to be for you, do you care to guess what they may more likely automatically do? Apologize. Because that's not the version of your SP that you're selecting anymore. But you need to get over it. Because if you don't get over it, guess what? They're never going to get over it. Your thoughts are going to them 100% of the time when it comes to you and them. And do you care to guess what's also being transferred? Their thoughts to you. They're just not in control of them. So they're constantly transferring thoughts to you. So this is why I say you shouldn't question a fucking thing. You should not take anything personal. You shouldn't question anything, because they're transferring thoughts to you and you're transferring thoughts to them. And so like I told you guys yesterday, if you would understand how the concept of how this works, then you need to understand this is what happens. You transfer thoughts to them. It now becomes their thought. It's their idea. Okay. So when they also transfer thoughts to you, it also becomes your thought and your idea. So oftentimes, but it flips, right? Everything flips, because how is it your thought and your idea? Because it flips, okay? So oftentimes, if you have a random thought, it's not even your thought. It's theirs. That's going to you. But you're now thinking it's your thought, and it's the unfavorable ones. You're thinking it's now your thought, and you're like, oh shit. So oftentimes gutter trash is created after the fact, not because you assumed there was gutter trash, but because you got a thought that they maybe have they found someone else? Are they talking to someone else? That most likely wasn't even your thought. That was their thought, wondering if you were talking to somebody else. If you were doing that, and you care to guess what you fucking did? You created gutter trash because you thought it was your thought. You thought it was your thought. And so because you thought it was your thought, you ran with it and you went down this whole fucking obsession rabbit hole, questioning over and over and over again if they found someone else. If they found someone else, you're checking the 3D, you're doing all these things, and boom, you're the one that created gutter trash. It wasn't the other way around. They thought you moved on and you took it personal. So stop doing that. Stop taking all that shit personal, because it's not your thought. Oftentimes, it's most likely not your thought. I literally had a client dealt with that yesterday. When she realized that, she goes, "Oh shit!" She goes, "I never even considered that." So she changed it. She had she's like, she had a total turnaround within an hour with her SP. The conversation totally different. Total turnaround with her SP because she changed it in her mind. That's what you guys need to understand. Absolutely, Marie. Absolutely. They can only have the feelings that you assume they have about you. So if you want to question how the fuck they feel about you all day long, guess what they're going to question? How they feel about you. But if you get clear on how they feel about you, guess what they're going to get? Clear on how they feel about you. Okay? Goes both ways. It goes both ways. Okay? It's like you guys are talking to each other without talking to each other. That's why I tell you, you guys, this is good. Fuck, I'm good. Okay, you guys should drop the no contact shit. Because here's the thing. You're always in contact with your SP. You're not in contact with your SP. You understand that, right? I was talking to somebody the other day, and they couldn't wish their wife a happy birthday based on current 3D, which doesn't fucking matter. Okay, but they actually couldn't do it verbally. And I told them, I said, you can always wish your wife a happy birthday internally. That's how do you think you talk to them? You guys are constantly talking to your SPs. But you keep saying you're not in contact. You're in contact all fucking day, every day with your SP. All day, every day. Because you're constantly transferring thoughts. Which is contact, bitch. Do I have to break the shit down to you? That's contact. Over and over and over again. So remind yourself of that shit and drop the no contact bullshit. Drop all that because you guys have been in contact with your SP since day one. You didn't think about that, did you? Damn. Again with the free fucking advice. Shit. I just thought about that actually right now. Not gonna lie. But that's it. So hold on to that and be like, contact? No, we talk all day, every day. That is 100% true to you, actually. Okay? Like literally, you talk all day. Because you do. Because you do. Well, Lisa with the fucking butterfly. You can stop focusing on a breakup convo. And instead, you can start focusing on what you want him to say to you. Okay? So you can focus on what he wants to say. And the way you're going to do that, Lisa, is the same thing I tell you all the time. You're going to go down memory lane. And you're going to remember all the things he's told you about your relationship, favorable only. Okay? You're going to remember all the fucking things he's told you. Hold up memory lane and be like, yeah, I know exactly how it feels about me. And he's going to tell me everything I want to hear. He's going to tell me, I absolutely know he wants a relationship with me. We've always had the perfect relationship. If you want to revise your breakup combo, we've always had the perfect relationship. He's nothing but loving and affectionate in my text. Okay, a whole inner conversation about that. All right. Now, let's move forward. How do you stop doubting, Strawberry, your ability to manifest? Okay, here's the thing. You're always manifesting. You can't stop manifesting. You've been manifesting your entire life. Your entire 3D is a product of your manifestation. There's nothing different. There's nothing different. Congrats, Gabriel. Your entire reality is your manifestation. So if you doubt your manifesting ability, even though you're constantly creating, it's completely on autopilot based on your inner conversations. Your bank account is exactly where it's supposed to be. It reflects exactly what it's supposed to based on your inner conversations, based on what you're telling yourself all the time. Your health is exactly how it's supposed to be based on your inner conversations, what you're telling yourself, because the doctors fucking told you bullshit, okay? Your weight is exactly how you want it to be because it's based on how you're talking to yourself, okay? Same with your body, same with your physical appearance, same with every fucking thing, okay? So this is what my members do to have a fun, because manifestation is not supposed to be a fucking job. It's supposed to be fun, okay? So here's what I want you to do. All of you, if you're new here, I want you to tell yourself, you only have to do this a couple times. This is not a whole robotic affirming fucking rabbit hole, okay? Because you're not questioning shit. I want you to pick someone at random. Someone at random. that you know personally, okay? Or it could be somebody you don't know, to be quite frank. One client I was talking about, she's like, oh shit. She goes, I've manifested this person to have this color shirt, all this stuff, right? Because this is the thing, you have no resistance to this stuff. So I'll show you. I'll prove it to you. You can prove it to yourself. I know. Thank you. So, I love my team. They have to keep me on fucking track. Because I get out. So no more questions because I can't get them through with them all. Okay. But here's the thing. Oh, man, my light died and I don't have another battery. Actually, I do. Good Lord. Good Lordy Lord. My other one's charging. I thought I charged it yesterday and I did not. That would help if I plugged it in. And we're back. Yes, we're back. Anyway, okay. So I want you to pick somebody that you know. It could be a boss, a coworker. It could be your child. It could be anybody. Okay. And I want you to tell yourself that they're going to wear a certain color shirt. They're wearing a blue shirt today. They're going to wear a blue shirt. Watch how quickly they wear that color shirt. You're not going to obsess over it. There's nothing to check. You won't need to check. And you never need to check your 3D. That's why you guys kill me with checking your 3D. You never need to check your 3D. Okay? Because you'll automatically get confirmation. I've had numerous people do this and numerous people all within 24 hours saw the person that they said wearing that color shirt. Okay? The one that they declared. You can literally look at your kid and you could be like, you could say your kid is cleaning their room today and they will. Okay? That's how thought transmission works. Okay, so you're going to tell yourself just a couple times, they're wearing this color shirt today. Okay, or you can say, I'm going to see a pink car today. I'm going to literally see a pink car today. I don't sit in traffic. I hit all green lights, right? All of this stuff and watch. But start with the shirt. If you question your ability, start with the shirt. And then come back and report when, I'm excited too, Catherine. And come back and report. Well, thanks, Gabriel. Thanks, Gabrielle. Come back and report when they wear that color shirt because they will. Because they will. And then you can have fun. I have another client who's literally like, dude, I love blowing my kids' mind. There you go. Say, my kid's going to bed at 8. Yeah, they're so tired. They're going to bed at 8 tonight. Exactly, and unapologetically me is I have people that literally have so much fun with it that because it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun, not a job. And this one client is like, dude, I love blowing my kids' mind. She's like, I love blowing my kids' mind because we hit all green lights. And he's like, oh, how do you do that? It's supposed to be fun because you can play with people. And then when you've proven it to yourself, I love what one of my clients says. She always says it. She says, it's weird. They're like robots. I said, I know. You just have to give them the right program. That's all that is. It's like an SD card. I will, Bevy, after my last call. It's like an SD card. Your USB's got like a chip in the back, right? And all you do is there's a cord that runs from that to you. And all you fucking got to do is give them the right program. Give them the right program. Oh, you know what? And through your relationship, you're like, that can be improved on too. Actually, I don't like that shit. So let me change that shit too, right? You're constantly updating the program over and over and over again. And you'll watch, and that's the funnest part. That's the funnest part is to watch them conform, to watch them do the things. And you're just like, I love this so much for us, honey. We have the best relationship ever. And it's just going to keep improving over and over and over again. Okay? Me and my boyfriend have the best relationship. Like we do. We are solid. We have the perfect relationship. Because I don't react to shit. I don't question shit. I don't do any of that. Have I always been this perfect master ass bitch? No. But I learned because every time I reacted, every time I questioned shit, even in my relationship, it would slide back a little bit. But doesn't matter because then you just like get a fucking grip. I love how most of my clients say that shit. They're like, get a grip, bitch. They have a whole self-talk, like get your shit together, get a grip. And what do you think they do? Conform. conform. Over and over and over again. You can turn it right around over and over and over again. Like it's like a dog that you're trying to train and you put on a pee pad, right? And it pees right next to the pad. Then you're like, no, 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 no. You put it right back on the pad. He pees right next to the pad. Then you put him right back on the pad. Over and over and over again. You're in control of everything when it comes to your SP. So if you want to be like my SP, literally, and you can say he or she, okay? No one ever told me that. GT is gutter trash. Third parties, but we call them gutter trash around here, Shiloh. No. Stick around. If you are all new here, whoever's new here, stick around. Follow me, obviously. Because I'm going to be recording a shit ton of killer content this weekend. I'm recording a shit ton of content, excuse me. Plus, it is my intention that everybody manifest their SP. Every single one of my clients, that is, I have created signs for you, not for me. I don't need them anymore. But if I could leverage signs for me and my SP, then why can't I leverage signs for you and your SPs? It's the same fucking shit. It's the same shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you one thing. I'll give you, because she stepped in and honed her shit. Okay? She stepped in and honed her shit. Doesn't matter, 9. I have a couple clients that are going through that, actually. Because when you step, there's a point when you step into your power, okay? When you step into your power, like unapologetically me has, right? Bevy, you were there when this whole thing happened, right? She straightened up her crown. And when you do that, that's right, Flashy, that's right. I love experimenting on people, it's fun. But when you hone in, things fucking change. Because when you master your manifesting ability, then you just don't think about it again. You'll like throw random shit out there and keep pushing because you're like, yeah, I'm that bitch. So I'll say it once. I only got to say shit once and it manifests, right? You control the rules. So literally once you get that way, then you're like, yeah, I'm that bitch. I get whatever the fuck I want. And when you see them start to conform, that assumption grows even more and more and more where you're like, oh yeah, game on. Game fucking on. And guess what? Boom, 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 boom. Conformed. That's all it means. Because she's fucking dramatic, Bevy. Duh. Because, okay, who are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? We're talking about unapologetic me. She's fucking dramatic. So therefore, it happens so dramatically. So that's what you have to realize. Never, oh, she's on here. Never settle for less than you deserve. Do you understand? Each and every one of you never settle for fucking less than you deserve. And you're not going to do it anymore. Okay? I got a jet because I got a coaching call, and if they run behind, I panic because then all my calls run behind, and you know what? That ain't the shit. That ain't the vibe. So, I don't know how fast you should respond to what, tail feather. Okay? But I got a jet, okay? And so, join me tomorrow. And I'll be here to answer more questions. If you have any questions about manifesting for you or a one-on-one question or one-on-one coaching, just shoot me a fucking DM. You know what I'm saying? Tail Feather, respond to his text whenever you feel like it. I mean, there's no like, don't respond to his text until 55 minutes later. There's none of that. Okay? I mean, I wouldn't sit there and say respond immediately, right? But, keep it, casual. Let them wonder for like 30 minutes or an hour. Whatever. Okay? That's right. Deriz, she's going to contact you and tell you everything that you want to hear. Tell yourselves that. Okay? That's how you get apologies. That's how you get them to grovel. That's how you get all that shit. Okay? When they tell you everything that they want to hear, that you want to hear. And they will. And they will. Tell me how I know that shit. I'm always experimenting, guys. I'm always experimenting to help you. All right. I love all you guys. Okay. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.